You Decide 2008. Election coverage you can count on with the Russ Martin Show.
We did what?
We elected. Obama.
I really expected. I didn't get a chance to listen to Mark Davis today. I just knew I was going to flip on, and that's all he was going to say for 3 hours. We did what?
I heard the very end of his show, and it was very dark and dramatic. It was like, okay, I will close with this.
We did what?
We survived Carter. We survived Clinton. We will live through this. I'll see you tomorrow.
What's to live through?
I don't know. It's like, come on, dude, really.
It's not the damn apocalypse.
Yeah,
Calm down, dude.
Oh, by the time Trey, has Reverend Manning posted anything on his website?
Not yet.
By the time it gets around to Reverend Manning, it will be apocalyptic.
We actually got an email about Mark Davis. Hey, Russ, did you hear any of Mark Davis today? I guess you did not. Mm-mm. You'd think the world was about to come to an end the way he was talking. Maybe you should give him a call and tell him to lighten up a bit.
We will. Well, we're going to get by with this. This will be okay. We will survive.
Well, it's a shame.
Hold on, Everett. Is the red light down there?
Sorry, you're right.
Is it on?
No.
Okay. Give her a shot now.
All right, then. Well, I was just going to say, it is a shame in light of the great state that the Republicans have left this nation in. We wouldn't want to screw that up by putting a Democrat in, obviously.
Yeah, Clinton had nothing to do with the current state of affairs.
Oh, please. How much Bush have we had?
Who deregulated and caused all this? Clinton. Who? You want to go back to that 1999 article? New York Times?
Let's go back 10 years. We're talking about recent history.
Well, it took that deregulation to lead us where we are now.
Hang on a second. CNN's showing video of Jesse Jackson crying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was.
What'd they say to him?
It wasn't you.
Which TV is that? 3?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
I was watching that last night when it was
the tears
on
of
live.
joy. Actually, too. Okay, Linda, thank you so much. And President-elect Barack Obama's win resonates far beyond the Oval Office, as we were just talking about with Linda.
Went all the way down in the crowd. He walked down there and poked Jesse Jackson in the eyes. That's the way you do it. Next time you hold your hand up between your eyes so you don't get it.
What's he crying about? Oh, my God.
It actually, too, shatters the presidential race barrier, and some civil rights leaders say it's the realization of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream, the tears of joy, and what this moment in history really means.
Black bastard got my gig.
That's actually the first thing I thought when I saw him on TV last night crying. It's like, really, you're crying? This is coming from the guy that just a couple of months ago wanted to rip Obama's nuts off.
Yeah, dropped the N-word on him and said he wanted to get his balls and cut him out.
Yeah, this is historic. Where's my scene?
Even Colin Powell got teary.
Colin Powell never was really against Obama. Jesse Jackson publicly wasn't against him. It was when he got caught when he didn't know the mic was hot. That's when he called him the N-word and said he wanted to cut his balls off.
Oh, yeah. It's very evident. The chick on The View this morning, Colin Powell, obviously.
What chick?
Sherry, I don't know her last name.
Fat one?
Yes.
The one that replaced Shady?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
In fact, if you want to listen to it, I've got her audio, but she just balls.
I understand the historic importance of this, but maybe it's because of Wyatt. I don't see, well, you think of all people I'd see it this way. I don't see Obama as black.
Well, he certainly is, and he's African-American, and it's a big moment.
Thanks for the heads up on that.
It's a big moment for them, obviously.
We did what?
Sit down. I got to talk to you about something.
What?
We voted Obama in the office. White House. The big one. Yeah, the big office.
Oh. And I bet he ain't got to pay to live there either.
No, of course not.
Wow, damn.
Well, they have to pay to live there.
So all you heard was the end of Mark Davis's show?
Yeah, I literally heard the last 30 seconds, and he was like, we survived this. We will live through this. It'll be all right. See you tomorrow.
And if you didn't hear the 3 hours that led up to that, you go, is there an asteroid? Did the Russians launch? What couldn't have been? Well, it might have been.
What could possibly have happened that was that deep?
Line 2. Yes, Jay.
Yes, sir. A couple weeks ago, I think JD and Everett had a bet going. Everett was for Obama and JD was for McCain. Basically, it was to cover JD's football money, and I think JD lost.
That's right.
What was the thanks, James? What was the wager?
I think $1,600. How much was it, JD? That
I'm
you owe
paying
me?
you crap.
What do you mean you ain't paying me
Saving
crap?
my money for.
Do you pay? You pay for anything?
Yes, I pay for things. Yes. I normally pay
What
off
about
my
the
bet.
as the day we had the bet on me and I forget what the guitar bet was, but you promised me something and a BJ.
I'm not BJing. And but when any guy says that to another guy, you don't mean it.
Unless you're gay.
Which I'm not, so I didn't mean it.
You wouldn't say that.
Why'd you wager it?
Because I didn't think you knew 20 songs on the guitar. I think there was any way in hell you knew 3.
What'd you say to me?
I hear you in here every day picking. It sounds like the same song over and over and over and over.
It's repetitious.
I understand. I
don't just pull up the music for a song and get it the first go round. A lot of times it takes several years.
Look, I know it does.
Was it 1,600?
1,600 and some change. Was it 16,
I'll
15?
give it to you in the new currency after the Civil War.
What was that new currency you were telling me about, JD?
Oh, you want to start this? I'll go get my phone.
What's on your phone?
Nah, he texted me something earlier. We won't get into it.
Has the racism already begun?
Yes.
I voted for Obama. Unlike JD, who voted for McCain and now owes me $1,600.
You get your money, okay?
When?
Zip it.
I sent you a text saying I want cash.
I don't think, JD, you even paid off your bookie yet. Has he, Trey?
No.
Okay, I have my checkbook today. Everybody line up. What do y'all need? Well, who wants what?
So JD with his bookie is down $8,900,
Like $875.
and he owes Everett 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll settle for 16 even just to be a good guy.
And I don't take checks.
That's mighty fine of you.
Yeah.
Well, on the note that I don't ever do anything for anybody, Dan, would you like to open your birthday card and your birthday cookie and the balloons I bought you? Would you like to?
So I have to open what you just told me it was?
You don't know what it is.
It's a birthday cookie.
No, with the card.
Ah, that's Russ's show.
Okay.
Thanks, Dan.
I was just referring to if you need me or want me to open it now, I can. I'm not saying you can have it.
Oh, all right. Well, then you open it then.
Well, it's probably just a gift card.
Narcissistic bastard.
You know,
Well, don't open it then. Give it back to me.
Dude, can you not give something to somebody without just being
I'm
pissy?
going to sit down for a minute and see what you got him.
I gave him his gift a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
Okay, what did he give you?
that's between me and Russ.
I gave him some cash.
All right. Fine.
It's a bonus he had coming anyway.
Oh, let me think. Who else did that to you? Somebody did that to you one time. They offered you your bonus as a way to stay at this radio station.
But they never gave it to me. I gave it to Dan.
But he had it coming anyway.
That's not the issue.
This is his birthday.
Okay.
Well, it worked out good timing for Russ. Either way, I ain't complaining. Card, picture of a dog. And it's barking. Is that barking?
Sniffing.
Sniffing, oh. And $50 cash. Thank
Well, what
you
does
very
it
much,
say?
JD.
Why?
At least you don't have that old person smell yet. Happy birthday, JD. Shut up.
How come I didn't get one of those?
I gave you a card.
Give me one that sniffs me.
I didn't get one that sniffs you.
You want this one?
No.
He doesn't have my name on it.
The inscription may change. So when are you going to pay Everett?
During the break, I'll give you a check. Do you take checks?
is it one of yours?
Shut up.
I think Trey's bookie's going to want cash.
I can get cash for you.
Yeah,
what,
he said
what do I owe you, really?
I think it's like $875.
Okay.
By the way, I hate to be any more random, but Manning, although he hadn't gone off the deep end with Obama, he has started going after Creflo.
Huh?
He don't like Creflo.
I've tolerated Manning for the past 6 or 7 months, going after Obama, his mom, his reverend, his daddy, his sister, anybody associated with him, people in the media. You will not attack Creflo Dollar.
Is this new, or is this something he's been doing all along?
No, this is new.
Oh, he's lost his other guy he can pick on.
Creflo Dollar couldn't be the pimp that he is were it not for greedy, hot women. Greedy and hot and poor and broke, looking for some...
Well, they got 2 out of 4.
Stop. Why is he turning on Creflo all of a sudden?
He doesn't seem to like any
black people.
Well, any preachers that make a lot of money. He hates Billy Graham. Which of all people, yeah.
I'm not sure why it was funny the way Trey said that. He hates Billy Graham. He can't stand Winnie the Pooh. He likes Tigger.
Creflo Dollar couldn't be the pimp that he is were it not for greedy, hot women. Greedy and hot and poor and broke.
It's okay.
Looking for some money to fall out of the sky. And by the way, Creflo, that big picture you had of you in Times Square with that white suit on.
I like that white suit. Makes him shine. Plus, it adds a lot of contrast.
I used to work Times Square. Giuliani.
What's the matter, John?
Nothing. I'm not going to say anything. Huh? Contrast? What do you mean? I don't understand. How's it give him contrast?
Is it a white suit?
Yeah.
What color's Creflo?
Well, he's a darker, skinny gentleman.
All right.
All right.
That's what we call contrast.
I understand. Okay, I got you.
Every time I watch Creflo, I always adjust my set. Like having my own test pattern for an hour.
They got rid of all pimps and peep shows in Times Square. Take that picture of you in your pimp suit down out of Times Square. No more pimps in New York City.
So here's the problem. You can attack Obama, anybody in the public eye like that is going to ignore Manning. Creflo go get his ass. I'm surprised Colin Powell didn't go get him after Reverend Manning jumped on his ass.
I'll be really interested to see if all of a sudden Manning doesn't find the IRS knocking at his door, losing his tax-exempt status.
I did what? No, I didn't say any of that stuff.
No. Some guy jumped in here and said it really quick. Get out of here, shoot.
You pimp, you. Creflo Dollar. And all the women that followed him are Anna Nicole Smith whores and floozies. Sitting there, ain't got no man, looking to get some money from Creflo. Whores, floozies is who you are.
Oh, my.
That follow him and Kenneth Copeland and all of his crowd.
Oh, he's got a hard on for Copeland Ministries?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't like Billy Graham. He doesn't like T.D. Jakes, which T.D. Jakes is generally considered very clean cut. Obviously, he has written books. He's made a lot of money, but he also does a lot of good. T.D. Jakes just because he's local, Potter's House. Let's see, Paula White he hates.
And it's all because of these ministries and the finances that they bring in.
I think he...
The one thing I've never heard Manning do in any of the sermons we played is he's never asked for cash.
No?
I mean, obviously, he's got to get support from someplace.
On the beginning of some of his videos where, like, he lectures and whatnot, he'll have a little thing that says if you want to help the ministry or buy a book or this and that, you can go to our website.
Something as innocuous as that. It's not beating you in the head trying to get this free green prayer cloth. Did you get yours, Sean?
Not yet. It should be any day. I got the email. Doesn't matter. Over the weekend.
You would think if it was something that important, it's a green prayer cloth of prosperity from the Apostle Don Stewart. That would be something that would be rushed to you.
It's going to get here. I'm sure they're not overnighting it. Probably costs them more money to overnight it. So
it's just a piece of cloth. They could have mailed it. Come in a couple of days. Had it come yesterday, maybe things would have turned out different.
I'm still standing? I got more.
All right. Oh, he goes into a break. Okay. I didn't realize he had an issue for all the other televangelists. Over the past half year, all I've heard him do is climb up Obama's ass.
Yeah. Anyone who preaches the prosperity gospel he seems to really dislike.
He likes to stay mostly focused on negativity, hate, racism.
Yeah.
Division of the colors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's odd because
he's based in Harlem and he doesn't like black people.
Well, no,
that's not really a good place to set up your headquarters.
Well, he likes black people, but then again, he has this plan. He wants everyone to boycott everything in Harlem, to shut all the businesses down and basically kick out all the white people so they can take back Harlem and make it
anything anywhere in any city, right? No, don't go to sporting events. Don't go to anything that has to do with black people.
Well, I don't know what he's going to do now, because that was don't support Obama, don't support cities that
all right.
But he's very hard on black people. There's no doubt about that. He has a sermon after Katrina that is one of the most blistering things I've ever heard in my life.
All right. It just seems like if you were black pastor, black congregation in the middle of Harlem, you'd probably want to just nuzzle up to the other colored people.
Now that Obama's in the White House. Hello?
What?
Reverend Manning?
No!
I've actually thought about that last night when they said the inauguration date was going to be January 20th. My first thought was, as soon as Barack's hand comes off that Bible, there's going to be a knock on Reverend Manning's door.
Mm-hmm. Obama's going to do the little scratch with his middle finger like he's done a couple of times, and Manning's going to vaporize. Go on like a thief in the night. Hooting the wind.
It'd be very interesting to see what he says today, if anything.
Oh, he's going to go the route of, well,
it's coming.
You know what you did now? You asked for it now. I flipped on the news last night. I went, we did what?
Obama's in the White House.
But I can readily admit my defeat. The American public has made a decision.
Clearly.
And Barack Hussein Obama will be the 44th president of these United States. It's time for this country to move forward. But I'll be God! God! I mean, damn it! We did what? I'll be damned! We're destined for hell! Condemnation, doom, perdition, suffering, torment, annihilation, calamity, catastrophe, disaster, downfall, judgment day, handwriting on the wall, amen. Got a headache the size of New Jersey. Oh, you asked for it, huh? You'd have put him in the White House.
Okay, that's where he is.
The die is cast. Not enough room to swing a cat. Too many chiefs, not enough engines. All that glitters is not bling. We're dead as a doornail. What?
Glitters is not bling.
I miss that. Oh, tragedy's right around the corner. I warned you for the past year. Yeah. Don't put that man in the White House. What do? We're dead as a doornail. Make your bed, not lie in it. I'm white as a sheet. Shoe roll on the foot. Speak of the devil, he appears. Don't count for taste. Today, pigs fly. It's over. Armageddon. Judgment Day. You can kiss my grits. We're behind the 8 ball. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, well. You can forget about the cookies staying in one piece anymore. That Obama's in the White House, our cookies gonna be forever in crumbs. I said crumbs! But we should come together as a country. Now that we're on all fours and we're gonna get it from the wolf man. Because they slipped one in the woodpile. Amen. And it's probably gonna be close to something like that. He's got no other way to go. No, he can't. Satan intervened and got Obama in the White House.
It's over for us. Or he just changes his direction and goes after other people. But he can't.
You cannot have this 6 to 8 months of nothing but going after Obama and his family and just bailing. You're going to have to explain to me what happened to God. You told me God wasn't going to let this happen.
God wants us to go through trials and tribulations.
You said that Obama was the emissary of all evil.
Well, sometimes.
All right, how did he get in the White House?
We have to face evil sometimes, and that way we get past it.
I'll tell you exactly.
God's giving us a trial.
Because he came out and said, although he said Obama's not the Antichrist, he's just the emissary of the devil. He came out and said Oprah is the Antichrist. And I have to think he's going to spin it somehow that Oprah and her, I think it's New Earth Church or whatever the hell, her little...
He's going to blame witchcraft?
Yeah.
He's going to have to say something. Let me see if I kept this. I found this earlier because I was looking to see if there was any new Manning audio. I think this is from about a month ago.
Okay.
Tonight, on the Manning Report's commentary called the 5th of November 2008 headlines will read as such: Obama loses, the world in shock and awe. Now, ideally, it should say that McCain wins. In Africa, there will be mournings, and there will be seances, and there will be traditional funerals at the mourning, and around the world in the Islamic nations, there will be funeral pyres that Obama loses the highly contested 2008 presidential election. The Manning Report would like to offer you several reasons why Obama will lose. And we want to go on record and be noted for making such a statement here tonight on
We're noting your record.
October the 28th, 7 days before the
it's a week ago.
November 4th election is actually held. Reason number one why Obama will lose: to be able to say Barack Hussein Obama is the First Amendment right, freedom of speech. When the Obama...
What?
And he's saying that because they have tried to...
David Axelrod campaign issued a press release and then intimidated all Americans.
Is this where they supposedly Obama's campaign said kind of shy away from my middle name?
Yes.
I don't want people having my whole name because then
what?
Well, then they get steal your identity.
I think we know what your name is.
Is that what he's talking about?
Not to use the name Hussein. They violated the First Amendment right of everybody of free speech. If his name is Hussein, we should not be intimidated by should not have been intimidated by not being able to speak his name. It was...
Wonder where his studio is. You hear the sign?
Better be on wheels.
First Amendment right suppression, Obama's first attempt from the campaign trail to...
I have to go. A bunch of men in black suits outside. And ain't none of them Will Smith, so I'm getting out of here. We need a break?
Yes.
All right. Look out the window, unless there's a talking pit bull ain't going outside.
Back to the Russ Martin Show. No can lifting. It's all natural. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Ready, Daniel?
Okay.
All right, get it on.
Okay, traffic right now is brought to us by Majestic Fine Wines and Spirits and also by the Diamond Doctor. Right now in Corinth, 35 northbound is closed right at Post Oak Drive because crews are out on the highway sweeping up some earlier debris. And in Dallas, 35 southbound at Colorado, you have the two right lanes closed due to a crash, and that is everyone stacked up all the way to Motor Street. In Arlington, two problems on 360. One, 360 northbound before Abrams Street, you have an accident on the left shoulder. No real delay from that one. However, 360 southbound, the ramp to I-20 eastbound, you have an accident blocking the left lane there. There's your first second traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Dan. Isolated thunderstorms popping up late this afternoon. Should be about 65 for the over and the low. Mid-70s tomorrow only, though, for the high. We are at 82 now at Live 105.3.
Were there any other news reports after the Black Panthers hung out at the polling booth?
Not really. I mean, I saw a couple of other news outlets that kind of referenced it, but Fox News seemed to be the only one that actually sent someone out there to cover it.
Ever did you hear about the Black Panthers polling booth?
No.
All right. This Black Panther goes in the polling booth.
I'm just waiting.
Now, this happened, I think they were out there almost the entire time the poll was open in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And I think it was just, unless I missed the story, it was just that one district.
That's the only one I've seen. I think it was in Philly.
Yeah, it was in Philadelphia. But when I was searching for any other instances of problems at polling places yesterday during the show, after the Black Panther thing came up, I came across some political blogger from a newspaper in Missouri saying that he is getting reports that there are 300 different locations around the country. Apparently, he's the only one that heard that.
Well, so what? They're entitled to be there just like anybody else poll pushing.
They were standing out in front of the polling booth, right in front of the doors, in their Black Panther regalia.
Yes.
And one of them was holding a nightstick.
Oh, not the proper distance from the polls, then.
No, they were, if you'll forget, they were on the porch.
One of them, though, was an actual poll watcher.
Okay.
And he had the paperwork, and he was supposed to be there. His buddy showed up.
It was still intimidating.
Oh, it's terribly intimidating.
Trey, did you keep any of the audio from yesterday from Fox?
Yeah, it should be in my daily audio file.
Fox News?
Yes.
Among the things that he claims was said.
This is one of the reporters for Fox.
Okay.
We're tired of white supremacy. Now, I would like to ask you, sir, if I could, on your live on Fox News right now.
Live. Mm-hmm. Which means people are seeing this, and I'm sure there are probably a few officers that watch Fox News, just in case you're thinking about anything. You. This was after the police had already been out, Everett.
Okay.
And they made the one with a nightstick leave.
Makes perfect sense.
So they're talking to the one that's left.
All right.
The actual registered poll watcher.
Not with the nightstick.
Did you tell that gentleman that you were tired of white supremacy, or did your colleagues say that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you coming up here and making it look like we are doing something wrong. We are just standing here right now, just serving our people.
Okay.
Like
well, that's terrific. Is there any reason in particular why you're wearing that uniform?
And all that there is not necessary.
Well, I didn't mean to harass you. I'm just here to ask you a question. That's all.
Me. I don't know why you're here at the polling place with the camera in the first place.
Well, it's our constitutional right to be at the polling place to record the...
I don't want you recording me. How about the community doesn't want you recording them? People come to vote, and they come to vote in a peaceful atmosphere.
You done it now. You pissed off one of the Panthers.
It's not to be peaceful any longer.
Now they never addressed their political affiliation.
Okay.
They just said that they were there for security purposes.
All right. And they never made any sort of untoward advances toward any of the people.
There was one white guy that went in to vote, and the two Panthers moved towards each other to, I guess, block the door.
To keep him from entering?
Yeah, he went ahead and went in. But you know that there were going to be others who probably drove up, saw that, and opted to go back home and just watch the results.
Well, sure. No, I can see the downside.
If they don't come to have somebody taking cameras and microphones and putting it in their face.
Well, do people come to vote with expecting to see someone with a nightstick out front? Was that?
Nobody here has a nightstick, and so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there was a person with a nightstick. We have video of it.
I don't care about what was. I'm talking about what is.
Okay, well, that person was escorted out of here by the police, correct?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, we have video that shows the person with the nightstick standing right next to you on this very curb.
Well, that person is gone.
Well, I know, but he was here at the point.
There is no nightstick at this polling booth.
We have video of the guy with the nightstick standing
there is no nightstick. Me?
Yeah.
I'm a blade man.
That's very threatening.
I'm just showing you. I ain't got no nightstick.
I know, but you have a blade.
I got my shiv.
You have a blade.
Yeah?
Well, that's very threatening. That's also a weapon.
I ain't pointed at you.
Well, you kind of are in my general direction, yeah.
Maybe I was going to have me an apple.
All right, I'll go with that. Where's your apple?
Damn.
You have me telling you that you have no authorization to be here at this polling place. That's what you got.
Well, that's what they told us earlier when we got here, Trace. And in fact, we checked with our legal department. We checked with the Philadelphia Board of Elections. And in fact, we do have the legal right to be within 10 feet of the entrance of a polling place. And you should know that. And the other people who work here, including this gentleman right here, who told us to leave and called the police on us when we came to check out the reports that we were hearing.
I don't see that you've got any credentials.
Well, I don't need
I got mine. Laminate right here. Signed by Richard Roundtree. Says I can be here all day.
I don't believe that's not legitimate. Richard Roundtree?
Richard Roundtree?
No.
And then the secretary underneath it signed it. The Chairman Hemsley.
They give any right to be here.
And in fact, we do have the legal right to be within 10 feet of the entrance of a polling place, and you should know that. And the other people who work here, including this gentleman.
That's right. Get up in his mug and tell him what he should know.
My buddy with the stick ain't that far away.
They just asked him to leave the steps. He might be someplace near the exit.
Oh, near the what?
You heard me.
No, I wasn't sure what you were saying.
Possibly it's time you make an exit.
I can legally be here. That's threatening me.
Maybe I'm hungry for an apple.
And the apple is where?
Damn. Is that the only clip from that?
Yeah.
Now, we had audio of the original kid. Some kid at one of the campuses heard this was going on, brought his camera out, videotaped, just asked them what they were doing. They said they were security, and they questioned the kid if he had any credentials to be there.
Really?
And I think he was the one that actually called the police.
Wow.
And then they asked the one with the stick to leave.
Good call.
One with apple laminate. Or the apple.
Alfie, what was the guy on line one? What did he want?
She was saying that, or she was asking if we were insinuating that this Black Panther had anything to do with influencing the results in Pennsylvania.
Yes. Now, I already pointed out they never mentioned any type of political affiliation. No. But what's the reason for any type of security? Normally you have people that watch the front of the polling areas to make sure that nobody comes up, nobody does any campaigning within a certain zone. But why the stick? Why the military outfit? And why the grimace?
Well, clearly the outfit was just there to intimidate. The other guy wasn't even supposed to be there. He decided to show up with his stick. I'm going to bring this along just in case I need to whoop something.
In case I have one of my whoop fits.
To prod along the undecided voters.
Perhaps I'll just escort you into the polling booth. And I'll help you along with your
I don't need to be
process.
I don't need to be
I'm here to avoid any type of voter fraud.
There is no voter fraud.
I'm going to go into the booth.
I don't need to be in the booth with me.
We'll close the curtain.
I don't know you.
Now go ahead and vote.
I don't want to be here with you.
Vote.
Okay. Vote. There we go. Let's see. Republican. There we go. Ow!
That's foolish.
It's not. I can do anything I want.
All right. Go ahead.
John McCain. Ow!
Unwise.
It's not unwise. That's what I want to vote for. It's the American way.
All right.
All right. So I can vote. I'm just going to do a straight ticket, just one check right here.
Unreasonable.
Stop hitting me. Get out of my booth.
I got to speak to the people out in the crowd for just a moment, if you'll excuse me.
Sure.
This man in here is terminally dead. All right, go ahead. Finished up.
I'm going to finish up. I've got one check left.
I'll give you one last chance.
John McCain.
Wrong move.
You want me to vote for Obama?
That's up to you.
So I'm not going to get beat.
Made no difference to me.
Republican.
Brother, you about out of fingers.
Okay, I'll vote for Obama then.
Up to you.
Okay. Where'd you get the pan?
I also do some cooking.
In the voting booth?
I might.
All right. I'll vote one last time. Look away.
All right. Ow! I'm not naive. All right.
Real quick, when the lady called in wondering if the two Black Panthers at the one polling place had a major effect on Pennsylvania, unless they were somehow able to intimidate 600,000 people at one polling place, I don't think it influenced enough to make a difference.
No, it wasn't going to shift. I think McCain lost by 5 million, give or take, votes. I think a couple of states still aren't in. Why are they slow? I don't know who it is, but why are they slow? Why doesn't we get everything from everybody else? We already knew the outcome last night by 7:15. I believe I already called the election. I called it a couple of weeks ago. I said Obama had this wrapped up. He saw less than 1% of the polls coming in. I said, this bitch is over.
There was a chance for a while, but then...
There wasn't a chance at any point in time.
Early on, when he was doing well in Virginia and Indiana, it looked like...
who?
McCain.
All right.
It looked like maybe he was going to make it close. And then all of a sudden, yeah.
Very foolish.
I know Oregon's still slow, and I think just part of that's because it's a very spread out state. Alaska, obviously, hell, they don't even have like 25% in.
Well, still, those are no consequence because Obama's already hit the 270 with the Electoral College.
Oh, it's not for the presidential race, but like Alaska, and this is amazing, their Republican senator who just got convicted under...
One of those felonies?
Yeah, he's leading.
Well, they also said a lot of that was due to some early voting absentee before he was actually convicted.
But they're saying...
And they haven't counted all those votes, so his lead may actually be extended.
He very well may just still win.
Well, they part of the speculation was people went ahead and voted for him knowing that he was going to go to the big house. And then the governor could appoint someone else.
A Republican, yes.
Well, you're the strongest, McCain, I'm talking to Trey, you're the strongest McCain guy in the room. How are you doing today? How do you feel?
You want the truth? Yeah. I'm actually kind of thinking that this was the right thing to do.
Huh?
I think Obama, this may be, after watching his speech, knowing the Republicans, the Democrats don't have a supermajority in the Senate. They can't just ramrod legislation. But as far as everything goes, T.D. Jakes, pastor at Potter's House, wrote an editorial in Time magazine. They said Obama may be the right person at the right time to really kind of heal the racial divide in this country. And so I'm okay with it.
Take this cup.
Yeah, I'm with him.
I want you to pee in it. I ain't even got to have it tested. I can smell. Tell what you're on. I was talking to Chloe during the break. Regardless who you were for, one of the upsides to this is a lot of Obama's constituency, is that the right word? Mm-hmm. Was obviously younger demographics. A lot of them were white, which means the colleges and the younger demos were able to get past the color issue and vote somebody into the White House. And if I see video of Jesse Jackson on CNN crying again, I'm going to go find him and give him something to tear up about.
You're going to see it all day long. That and the one of Oprah hanging on that old white guy, whatever that was about.
What white guy?
There was some white guy in front of her. She was leaning on him and just kind of... She said later she didn't even know who it was. She was just leaning on him.
I was trying to figure that out last night as well. Every time they'd cut to the audience, whether it was Jesse or Oprah, and it took me a second to realize it was Oprah because she was, like JD said, she had her arms doubled, like crossed over on this back of this white dude, and I'm just like...
Sleep hold.
No.
Night, Whitey.
Obama showed me this one because I have Nelson.
No. It's a good thing that nothing bad happened in Chicago last night. No.
Why would anything happen?
Well, at any kind of a large gathering like that, when there's going to be any kind of controversy, something could have occurred.
What?
Protests.
Why?
Protesters. Because it's an election. There's not everybody was for it. was for Obama.
I've had candidates lose before. I didn't care.
You don't care, but a lot of people are very passionate about this election.
What were you expecting?
Anything could have happened. There could have been rioting. There could have been arguments.
Who's going to riot?
There could have been card fights. I don't know.
Card?
You throw cards at each other. I'm just trying to think. Anything could have happened. There could have been demonstrators. Look at all the demonstrators that were at the conventions. I mean, it's just like
nothing happened.
Nothing. Well, they were arrested and they got into conflicts with police.
Well, that was Obama's crowd, though, in Chicago.
I understand that, but they do have airplanes that go in there, and people could fly in from other parts of the country.
Well, they'd have gotten quashed.
Why do you bring mass transit into this?
I'm just saying that just because it happens to be his area doesn't mean there could not be conflicts and issues outside.
So do you think something untoward would have transpired had Obama not won?
Had he not won, it could have gone either way. It could have been bad, coming to riots and fights either way. I'm surprised nothing did happen. I mean, it wasn't a landslide.
That sounds racist.
It's not racist. It's just reality.
McCain lost. I didn't go outside, flip my truck over and set it on fire, dance on the top.
But I'm sure there's people that were very upset about it today.
And? You let it go.
Yeah, you let it go. No, a lot of people don't let it go.
Some of them do.
No, some people don't.
All right. Don't want to take any of those, Alfie, before we start news?
Line 1 is a question for Trey.
Okay. Yes, Josh.
I want to know how fast Obama can get the spending under control and whether he has to send a bill through the House to get it through. How does that work?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, he can't get spending under control. They propose a budget, and then the Senate proposes theirs, and then they meet in the middle and they negotiate it out. And that's, if I hear one person say,
"Thanks, Josh,
Obama's going to have a surplus next year because he's going to budget it in," I will strangle them dead.
Where did they get that idea?
I don't know.
We've said this when both candidates were in place. Nobody's going to be able to go in and fix this short term. You can promise change, whether it's McCain or Obama. Change isn't going to come anywhere near the timeline that most people want to. It took a while to get here. This is a pretty freaking deep hole, and one person is not going to dig us up out of it. That's not Obama's fault. It's not McCain's fault. You can't blame totally the Republican administration unless the Democrats want to admit for the past 8 years that they've been able to get nothing accomplished.
Exactly.
And if you blame everything on the Republican Party, since I didn't vote, I don't have a party affiliation, so I don't give a rat's ass. If you blame everything on the Republican Party, then that's an admission by the Democrats. And we got nothing done over 8 years. We sat around, we thought about it, we did some voting, and things just got out of control. So you're going to tell me, as a party, you guys got nothing moved?
No, absolutely not. Everybody has a hand in getting us where we are. And some of the people they had on TV, I had audio of one chick that was like, "Oh man, everything's going to be, he's in the office, everything's going to be perfect now from now on up." It's 2:21 if you want to hear it.
Make it quick, Trey.
That's the other reason why I'm glad Obama won and the Democrats won. Everyone's so anti-Bush.
Don't make it that fast.
Everybody's so anti-Bush and anti-Republican. You now got no one to blame. It's now in the Democrats' court. Let them see what they do. And I promise you 2 years from now, when the House comes up for vote and some of the senators, you're going to see Republicans get back some seats because the party in power then becomes the focal point, and all of a sudden now it's going to be, the pendulum will start to swing the other way.
Well, you're also going to have people on the Democratic side that are going to say that what we got into was that all the groundwork was laid by the Republicans, and this is not something, any type of quick fix is going to come into play. It's just not. It's not our fault. We didn't do it. We took it over this way. That's why we put the sign on the front of the White House is under new management.
Obama pretty much said that. He goes, things won't be changed in a year. They may not be changed in a term. He even said that last night.
And that's not unreasonable to say that.
No, of course it's not.
Peggy Joseph took her daughter out of school early Wednesday for this. Her emotions ran high following Obama's speech.
It was the most memorable time of my life. It was a touching moment. Because I never thought this day would ever happen. I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage. You know, if I help him, he's going to help me.
Lady.
That was my
God, I wish I was that delusional.
Yeah.
On either side.
Yeah, had McCain won, you had somebody make that same comment, everybody would still look at you and think, delusional is really, I'm sure it's a fantastic place to live.
No, don't worry about gas, don't worry about my mortgage. I mean, not even pay it. I bet Obama will pay it for me.
I'm going to stop by the Citgo. I'm going to fill it with gas. I ain't going to pay for it because I'm going to say Obama's got my back.
And there's a small part of the population that believes that thinks things are going to change in January and it's going to be a new day. It's just not. Even Obama said that.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people, like, obviously delusional, think that there's some, hidden switch inside the White House that only Barack Obama knows where it's located, and look, everything's fixed. We're all happy.
Whew. But there are people on both sides of that. I have a friend that was out poll pushing yesterday, and they said they spoke to a woman who said that she was voting for McCain because Palin is an Aquarius, and she's an Aquarius. I mean, that was a reason for voting for the Republicans.
I think two things beat McCain down. One of them was Palin.
Right.
That persona. I know they got an assload of media coverage and the Saturday Night Live crap, but those were all parodies. And really, I don't want my leaders to be parodized.
Yeah, you're making fun of her constantly.
Constantly. And McCain ain't done. McCain should have never gone in public.
Right. Unquestionably.
Not for debates, not for maybe put him in a high chair and just strap him into that and let him talk to the public and do a nice headshot. I know why he moves around. That's not part of the equation. It's everything that was presented on television. He didn't come across telegenically. He looked like an old guy, stiff, very marionette-ish. I know why, but people don't associate the two. And we want to elect a leader that looks like a leader. And McCain just looked too old, too stiff, and not really ready for the 4-year challenge.
And
I'm not going to take that as part of your platform and promise that you can make it 4 years.
We go slide it in 4 years. We can do it. Don't walk around, old man. that one debate they had where he was walking around, he looked lost. Somebody tie him to something.
He looked like an old Jewish man at the airport, and his wife screaming behind him, "Do you know where you're going?" I parked over here. We're not anywhere near there. I parked over here. It's there. That way.
You just think somebody in his camp would go, all right, walking's not your thing. And because this is going to be a wide open situation, sit. There's a chair. Sit in it.
You got pockets. Put your hands in them.
No, he just wandered out of focus behind Obama. Where's that damn chair?
That's what he likes to do, though.
Telegenically, it doesn't work. And if people could look at him and realize his lack of motion is all because he served his country and he had the option to get out of the POW camp a year or so into it, stayed with a serviceman. Right. If you could associate that every time you saw him move, and that would make me tear up. If you could associate those two, then he probably could have won. But just on television, he looked like an old guy who wasn't going to be able to make it. And again, I'm not going to take your word for it. You can live for 4 years.
The sad thing is, and now all the stories are coming out that reporters were off the record. They couldn't tell. Evidently, McCain 2 weeks ago to a private group of, he was fundraising a private dinner. He said, he basically said, if we lose, it's not the end of the world. Obama's a good man. He's going to be fine. So basically, they were making it like 2 weeks ago. He kind of knew the writing was on the wall, but
I said it 2 weeks ago. And if I can discern that just from watching television, I'm sure somebody inside could figure it out.
I was actually curious to hear some of the spin today on, like on Rush Limbaugh and Mark Davis and all that. And one of the first things they said was, look, we knew we didn't have a chance in hell, but forget everything I've said over the last year and a half about how terrible it would be if this happened, but it's really not that bad.
Not Mark Davis. Mark was like,
you're right, I didn't hear that, but we
can survive. I just expect a real ragged breath at any moment.
We can make it through this?
Yeah, because we survived. The words were, we survived Carter.
We didn't really elect Clinton. The Prince of Darkness to the White House.
We can get through this. And then kind of a little ragged, see you tomorrow. Mark, hang on. Really? Honestly, it's okay.
He's probably at the house, sitting in a tub full of blood. Do we need a break? All right, we'll be back.
Martin Show. Show.
Audio of what?
Bush's speech today.
What'd he say?
He said, he had talked to Obama and McCain, and he congratulated them both. And
what do you congratulate McCain on?
On running a good campaign.
He lost.
I know, but said he congratulated him and thanked him for, obviously the years of service to this country. And
I just like how he extended a welcome for the Obamas to come to the White House.
I'd like to extend a laurel and hearty handshake. I knew. No, I don't want the audio.
And that actually is very significant because most presidents do not usher in, especially if it's a different party. There's a tea the day before inauguration, but he said,
"What's a tea?"
Literally, you sit down and have tea and crackers and.
Oh, okay.
And then, but he offered. He said, "Anytime, come over for dinner." And that's very nice.
Not first.
I love that. That is so Texan of him. Hey, y'all want to come over and eat?
Barbecue.
And then he just said, he goes, on January 20th, he goes, Laura and I will leave Washington, and I'm grateful for the 8 years we've had here, and leave with many memories and friends. And then
so
we're
why is that?
Texas.
Why like Clinton? We ain't gonna leave with all the computers.
Hang on, I'll get back to the Clinton. Why is that monumental for Bush?
To ask the Obamas to come over before.
Yeah, he's the president-elect.
It's normally not done. Normally, it's just simply the day before you come over.
Yeah,
and then,
the tea.
But for him to say, anytime, you're welcome here, we want to have you over.
Well, I'm sure last night, during the results, Bush looked at all his cabinet, told him to go around. All right, anything that looks expensive. Take these drills and these screws. No. Just think of it like a Holiday Inn.
No.
Glue and screw.
So we don't know when they're coming over.
Yeah, Clinton on his way out decided he was just going to have a moving sale.
And pardons for everyone.
It's just, how much stuff did Clinton take out of the White House when he left?
I don't remember the dollar figure, but it was a ton.
Come on, let's get a move on.
What?
These U-Hauls are $18 a day.
Taking computers and taking plasma TVs and some
I'm taking that. That's mine. That's mine. It's got my name on it. That ain't mine, but it looks like me. I'm taking that. I got really attached to this. And then what was it they did with all the computer, the keyboards? Didn't they take letters off of it?
Uh-huh.
And he had all the W's?
Something like that, yes. And
yes.
He also had his national security advisor go ahead and take some of those papers that might have shown he had something to do with
Whitewater,
9/11, all the Bin Laden. Amazingly, all his stuff about terrorism, a lot of the important papers disappeared.
Yeah, we need some things to pack.
Yeah, wide those up because I ain't spending money on no peanuts.
These are.
You're right. He went on the pardon spree on his way out.
240 some odd, I think it was.
Was it that many?
Yeah, it was a ton.
What was it? Everybody you'd ever met that was in jail?
Everybody that had ever befriended him.
I just take out my pardon one. That's far too many to cover all at once.
Yeah, especially if you had given the Clinton campaign money, or we're going to make a sizable donation to this presidential library.
And none of that, because it's a presidential pardon. None of it can be challenged. You can't investigate. You can't look for wrongdoing. It's just done.
It's absolute.
Why do they do that? What's the thinking there?
You're giving me cash.
Not why did he do it? How does somebody get this absolute power just to be able, regardless of the crime? Are there certain crimes that you can't be pardoned for?
Nope. You can be pardoned for anything.
Death row.
Absolutely.
I don't understand what.
No justification.
None whatsoever. It's just the executive privilege of the president. I think it's carried over from common law England. It dates back to the time of kings who had the absolute power of absolution.
And it's actually one of the few things the president can do absolutely on his own.
Why wouldn't we have gone back and probably reviewed that, especially after the Clinton administration with his abuse of that privilege?
Well, I think we'd have to, I think it's part of the Constitution.
Okay.
We'd have to have a constitutional amendment.
Well, don't we have a few of those?
Yeah, but
well, then tack one on. At least have them show some type of justification or reasoning. Don't just wave some stick that somebody give you.
But no politician really wants that to go away.
Because they all think they're going to need it someday.
Benefit from it.
Yeah.
And many have.
We're thinking about revoking this. Let me see that.
Kind of like the Nixon-Ford deal.
Say something while I'm choking.
Sorry, okay.
What was the Nixon-Ford deal?
Well, the deal with Nixon and Ford was that Nixon...
Hang on. Why don't you guess, John?
Ford. Pardon Nixon.
Hang on. All right.
All right.
After Agnew resigned, Nixon gets Ford in as vice president and says, okay, I'm going to resign, and when I do, you pardon me and you get to be president.
Actually, it's a little more complicated than that. Because he thought, because Ford was so powerful in the House, he thought he could stave off impeachment by getting Ford as the vice president.
But he also had that as a safety net.
Sure. There was no quid pro quo that I'm going to make you vice president and you're going to pardon me.
You don't know that?
In all their memoirs, it said there was no...
They're not going to say that.
They're not going to write that down.
We did it. A lot of historians, including in Nixon's...
They're not going to admit that. That could have been a meeting that Nixon had with Gerald Ford and say, all right, here's the deal. First of all, I'm going to shut off this realistic recorder.
And the cone of silence.
Here's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'll give you this house.
All right, I like the house.
In case things go teats up.
All righty.
And then you let me go.
I'm in.
All right.
Let's have some tea.
Try not to fall down. So you think just because Trey, it wasn't printed in somebody's memoirs or historians didn't report on it, that wasn't an agreement? How very fascinating, odd, and quite curious that Nixon is ready to go through the impeachment trial and his buddy just lets him go.
Remember, it took months and months for Ford to do it because Ford wasn't sure he was going to do it. Nixon absolutely wanted an agreement with Ford, but Ford would not sign anything and would not agree to an absolute, yes, I will pardon you, because he struggled with it for a while. And then if you remember...
How do you know he struggled with it? In his memoir.
And historians and his counsel and anyone who's written about the period.
Well, of course you're going to say that. Oh, I struggled with it. It's not like, I'm going to do this because it's obvious.
Had the day that Nixon resigned and Ford stepped in and immediately pardoned him, then you look like you got your Squid Pro thing going on there. He waited a few months just to add to the drama.
He would have probably won 76 had people still not been so pissed off that he pardoned Nixon. But if you remember, after he pardoned him, he said, our long national nightmare is over. And because it was a big deal.
And you believe that?
Yeah.
That there was no agreement prior to that?
There was no absolute agreement, no. Ford said, I'll think about it.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Ford.
And Valenti and a lot of other people that were involved in the process.
That's what they're all going to say. They're not going to admit to any type of conspiracy that there was an agreement, I'm going to let you in. I'm going to guess that's probably illegal, isn't it?
Well, sure it is.
Okay, so why would they admit to that?
Well, why would it be illegal?
Well, how come Agnew didn't get pardoned? He went to jail.
Okay. So did...
But he got those nice watches.
But you're right. I mean, Liddy and the rest of those guys went to jail, too. Nixon was the only one who didn't go to jail. The very guy that appointed Ford as his vice president. How coincidental.
Hang on. Do you realize what would have put this nation through had we put a former president on trial for crimes he committed while in office?
What do we care?
It would have torn this nation apart.
It was Nixon.
First of all...
Okay, he went to China. Whoop. Somebody had to go.
Nixon was a better president than people give him credit for.
I know, and they said only Nixon could go to China. Whoop. Somebody had to go. And you send somebody you really don't care about.
But if you go and put a president on trial, and then you have to go into all the inner workings of the White House and the presidential office. That's not what this country needed, and especially as divisive as Nixon was, you're going to open up that wound again.
So conspiracy and wrongdoing in his administration shouldn't have been investigated just because of the ramifications.
Well, it was investigated to a certain point, and people went to jail. Nixon didn't.
Yeah. The guy that was in charge of it didn't go because he worked out a deal with Jerry.
He wanted a deal.
And I would want one too.
Yeah. I'm going to do this for you. This way this works. Do this for me. Okay?
Crisscross.
Ford had advisors who begged him not to pardon Nixon because they knew it would probably end his political career.
Gerald Ford got into the White House. Gerald Ford gambled. He never would have been able to get into the White House and run for a term had Nixon not stuck him in there. Gerald Ford was the only president in recent memory who got into the White House, stayed there for a few years, didn't have to go through any type of election process.
Oh, he did.
It was a freebie.
It wasn't. Think about what he endured.
And then look, what does he endure?
You've got. First of all, you have to anguish over Nixon, what to do with it.
He didn't anguish over that. That was prearranged.
You had record inflation. You had high interest rates.
Well, he also got a chance to do something with it. Had Nixon not given him that opportunity, he had never been in the White House. And look at all the goodies he got afterwards. Okay. Pension, Secret Service, all that other stuff.
Right.
That's worth taking the risk. All right. You know what? I'll run the risk that in 76, late 75, when I start to run, people will have gotten past this, and I'll have a shot at the White House. Thought wrong, dude. And just based on his memoirs, you think that's actually the way it played out.
It's not just on his memoirs. It's
anybody else that was involved.
Yeah.
That's why it's called a conspiracy.
What's the conspiracy?
That there was an agreement leading up to that. What are you missing?
Because there's
nobody's going to admit to it.
Yeah, they would have, and especially after they're all out of office.
Everett's shaking his head.
Yeah, I am. I'm shaking my head. Nobody can see it, but I am.
Why don't you agree, Everett? Hurry up so I can get past this.
Because it's
so the new boo-boo the fool will get it.
I'm agreeing with you because it's so obvious, like
You're
I
with
said
me?
earlier. Yes.
All right. Got it?
Everybody else went to jail, except, as you say, Russ, the one guy that initiated all of it. It's obvious he's the guy that gave the power to Ford, who's the guy that pardoned him.
Nobody was surprised when Nixon got pardoned.
Nobody.
Okay.
I wasn't. I fully expected it.
You were 12?
When he pardoned him? Late 72?
Actually, I think it was
3, 4,
yeah.
74?
Yeah.
I had my curlies growing in. There was a void. You ready to go, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that audio that Gavin sent me yesterday, that talk show host in San Francisco,
right?
That threw out the comments under ABC News.
Yes.
They suspended him. It doesn't say for how long. You know this story, Everett?
No. What'd he say?
Hang on. There's it's actually on YouTube. Great. I can't play all of it because they didn't edit it.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go to my edited version when it gets that far. But you can tell this guy is a talk show host. I wouldn't even have to tell you San Francisco for you to be able to guess that.
Does this need a setup of any type?
Not really.
Mistake with Sarah Palin. Thank you for your call, Rob. Tomorrow night it's going to be all politics for the 3 hours. Coming up next, Chris Breen, who has been in the ring 2 hours to be here with us to talk about the Macs. Should you get the new ones for your friends and family for Christmas? It's KGO, San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland.
Bye.
From ABC News.
All right. He doesn't know the mic's still on.
Gotcha.
I'll have to stop it here in a second, but I'll play the edited version.
All right.
I'm Brad Farrell. Vice President Cheney in his home state of Wyoming Saturday for a John McCain rally. Barack Obama campaigned in neighboring Colorado.
Dick Cheney's out there on the campaign trail because he'd be delighted to pass the baton to John McCain.
With only a few days to go before the election, John McCain tells ABC News Radio there's still a lot of work to do.
All right. Here's the edited version.
Okay.
With only a few days to go before the election, John McCain tells ABC News Radio there's still a lot of work to do.
We're going to campaign hard. We're going to campaign on the differences between myself and Senator Obama. Joe the plumber made it very clear to the people of this country that he wants to, quote, spread the wealth around.
I want motherfucking Joe the plumber dead.
Don't want that.
The story that Gavin said, it said, update, Carell is suspended while management at KGO San Francisco is still not commenting on last weekend's incident in which Carell Booley let loose on a tirade wishing death to Joe the plumber when Booley thought he was off the air. NTS Air Check today has confirmed that the talk show host has been suspended till further notice from the Citadel News Talker. Following the rant, Booley apologized, saying, I was and deeply sorry that went out.
I'll bet.
I don't get why he was suspended. He didn't know that he was on the air. You got a board operator that's supposed to monitor all this, and you've got delays down the line.
Sure.
Why would management get it?
I don't know, maybe because of the nature of the language. Even though it was unintentional, it still went out over the air.
I bet he wasn't in control of the console. Somebody had to have on headphones someplace to monitor the broadcast. Go, okay, I've read the employee handbook. There's some things in there I probably should dump.
But that's why you have the $10 rule, Russ.
Shut up. Or I'm going to lose some cash.
Maybe because he wasn't it an overnight broadcast? Is it possible he was running his own board and he just mistakenly left his, mic on?
He would have still heard himself because he was able to hear the broadcast. It's like JD said, if you're running your own board and you hear somebody swearing in the background, then you stop and go, hey, that's me. Yeah, hit the dump and you're free and clear. Somebody else had on headphones. He's listening. He might have been doing a live broadcast someplace and they got monitors playing in the background. But somebody at the station, management, the program director, they all should have been popped.
Is it any way possible they didn't have a delay?
Possibly. But again, management gets popped on that. I know after the entire Janet Jackson Pete fiasco, CBS went berserk and they stuck delays, dump buttons in all the program directors' offices. So, as you can tell, Gavin's overly concerned about our FCC license because he ain't never in his office.
I think he has supreme faith in you.
That's a big leap of faith.
You've been in broadcasting how long? 29 years?
Still doesn't make any difference?
You've never...
Probably do.
No.
I feel one coming up.
No, you don't. No. We got 2 backup delays in here. One in Gavin's office.
And I guess management... at the end, because what did Gavin say the fine is? $300,000?
Yeah, it's per incident. I'm surprised they really don't charge you by the word.
Yeah, like I said yesterday.
It's almost like an all-you-can-cuss buffet. Because really, after you get the F word out, I know I got a $300,000 fine coming. I'm going to make it worth it.
And while I'm here, let me talk about this.
I have a list.
I'm curious because the Supreme Court yesterday heard a case, I think it's Fox versus the FCC, about, cussing like it was during an award show, and they said it's not our fault, it was live.
Talking about Bono when he said, effing great.
Bono and Nicole Richie, she said S and F on the...
Okay, so what's Fox's contention?
That we should not be fined because it was a live broadcast and it was not intentional, it was not planned, we didn't have any control over it, we shouldn't be fined.
Well, the FCC's contention is Saturday Night Live operates with a television delay. If you're doing a live broadcast, that's a possibility. Not our fault. You didn't have one in place.
And you have the technology, you just do it. And you got previous law that says they're going to come down on you, especially now.
So how are they going to argue that? They did. I mean, I couldn't tell you all the legal arguments, but they said the court was very... It was an interesting issue because they all were jumping in on it and questioning each side about how it rules. But I'm wondering if let's say they do.
So the court was approachable at least on this concept.
Oh yeah, I mean they heard the case, so they're going to rule on it one way or the other. But let's say they do rule in Fox's favor that they're not responsible. Does something like this? Does a radio station get off because it was unintentional?
You're going to have a precedent. But using the unintentional rationale, that's not going to get me off.
And guess who is absolutely with the FCC and absolutely filed briefs? Everything else was the Parents Television Council, the PTC, because they said this is scripted. It is intentional.
Well, in this one case, the Parents Teacher Council, is that what it is?
Parents Television Council.
I don't care. They've got a valid point because you've got shows that are rated. And if it says, gee, okay, I'm going to be able to sit here with my family and watch this, then you got Bono from U2 come out and start throwing things out, there is an expectation that you're not going to have any vulgarities. You listen to this show and you get one, you own it. How are we doing, Chloe?
Breaking a minute.
All right. Did you start news yet, Dan?
No, we did not.
Okay. Where's the news thing? Thank you. All right. What is line 1? Is that for Everett? They called the cops on?
Apparently the dog had been barking a little bit. And the neighbors just flipped out.
Did the cops shoot the dog?
No.
Does have an interesting twist?
No, he just wants to know what sort of recourse he has because he hasn't had the dog for all too long, and he thinks his neighbors may be overreacting.
So you took this call, and by the way the guy told the story, it sounded compelling to you and worth getting on the air.
It was a question for Everett that he had.
Okay. How's your eye doing?
It's doing all right.
You want the other one detached?
No.
Okay. Unload that. Yes, Brian.
Hey, Russ, it's got a little bit of an interesting twist. This lady that we have next door, we lived in this neighborhood first, and then her and her husband moved in, and then it turned into the first dog barking, and we went and got the collars, similar to what you have on your dogs you're talking about the other day, and it got that dog under control. And then her husband went out and bought dogs, and then she left us alone. Then 6 months come by, and it turns into a newspaper in her yard, and she's called the cops on everything I've told you about.
Alfie, this doesn't look good for you.
And then she didn't realize that she's supposed to get this newspaper in the little suburb we live in. You get these free newspapers in your yard, and if you don't want them, you call and tell them to throw them away or quit delivering them. And she called the cops and said we were throwing them in her yard. And then she threatened to sue us, and then finally the NPO for the neighborhood came out and explained to her.
What's the NPO?
Everybody gets these papers.
Neighborhood
not
patrol.
Film.
I guess.
If you don't want to
Are you sure?
continue it. And what she did.
We don't know what neighborhood it is.
Left us alone. And another few months come around, and now a puppy that we have gotten.
What does he want?
He wants to know if there's anything he can do to get his neighbors to stop calling the cops on him because their dog is barking.
You ain't got their phone?
I have no clue. He can't get to his friggin' point, obviously.
What do you want?
The point is we got to go to mediation, and
you got to go to mediation over a dog barking?
Yeah, and it seems like this lady next door can control our lives however she wants. So my question is what can I do to get around it? Or have y'all heard of anything like this before? Or do I just...
Well, hang on a second. Let me back up. She got dogs?
Yeah.
Okay, then call the police and say that her dogs are barking and tell her you're going to do that until she knocks it off, whether they're barking or not. Stick a boombox outside.
We did. And the MPO said if we do anything like that, we'll get citations no matter what.
What are they citing you for?
The dog barking. They said that in Fort Worth there's a nuisance, a complaint nuisance, that any noise of any time...
Okay, I got that.
Okay.
When the police show up, is the dog still barking?
No, not at all.
All right. Well, then just call the police, say her dogs are barking, and just go back and forth and tell her you're going to keep that up until she knocks the crap off.
Okay, we can try that.
Deep breath. You solved a problem for a guy. Sometimes you get twisted off and you don't know what to do.
That would be the easiest route. Yeah, if you can't control your dog, and she's got dogs, just say her dogs are running amok.
And again, you're already into mediation, so this has gone too far.
Yeah, there's clearly a civil suit that's already been filed.
You can do that just based on animals.
Yes. You've allegedly suffered some sort of harm as a result of the dog's barking. It's affected your ability to hey, I'm not making this up, quietly enjoy your life.
I gambled.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost.
I think Alfie lost this one.
But I'm still on hold for this one. I took a chance that there was going to be a punchline here, and I failed. Yeah! We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. You're in the middle of another 30 minutes music-free commercial suite. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Okay, this check of traffic is brought to us by Majestic Fine Wines and Spirits. Right now in Farmers Branch, 35 northbound of Valley View Lane, they have a serious accident that is only letting the right lane get through. The backup is all the way to Northwest Highway. And over in Fort Worth, 35 southbound of Northside Drive, you have a disabled vehicle blocking the left shoulder. It's not too bad. It's just making the rush hour delay right there a little bit worse. There's your check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Dan. Should be about 60 for the low tonight. Some late afternoon showers moving in, and cooler tomorrow, only mid-70s. We are at 79 now on Live 105.3.
Gavin's back in his office. You ask him if he knows. I'm still confused why that talk show guy in San Francisco, he was the only one that got suspended. You got too many other people in the chain as far as the audio getting on the air that should have eaten it.
Maybe possibly the board op did. They just didn't put that in the story.
Gavin.
Yes.
What have you done?
Working.
Where you been?
Just meetings.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They moved everything to the other building, so now they want me at the building all the time. It's frustrating. And no one will come over here.
Don't go over there.
Well, I'd like to say I could do that, but they pay me.
All right. What do you think is going to happen if you don't go?
I don't know. I'm trying to have people cover my stuff.
All right. So, why do you think the KGO host was the only one that got popped in this fiasco?
I think, quite honestly, because it was his outburst, JD could be right. They could have suspended the board op, but, they probably think that talk show host should have known better than to say anything in the studio. So
somebody else still had to be running the board, and I'm sure most companies threw down the edict right after the Janet Jackson thing that there are delays and there are going to be people to monitor. It's redundant backups.
I know this is going to sound weird. I'm just throwing it out there. That is a good time usually for a board op to go take a leak or...
Oh, during ABC News?
Yeah.
Or a national news break?
That's usually your 3 to 5 minutes.
That makes sense. You think that's a safe zone. My question is, if the guy who said it heard the words Joe the Plumber, why didn't he hear that he was also on? It happened 3 or 4 seconds later.
I agree with you.
All right, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they were doing a remote broadcast, so you've got the station playing through monitors, and you just don't hear yourself.
I suppose. It's the only thing that makes
sense. But you're right. If you can hear the audio, then it means you got headphones on, or you can hear the station in some fashion, because when the mics are on in a studio, the speakers mute.
Right. So that's confusing to me.
It was. I don't know if it just sounds like he wasn't straight on mic.
He wasn't originally.
He was either turned away or in a different part of the studio.
He just seemed to get into it as the clip went on.
Exactly.
And he sounded like he got closer.
Right. Well, I mean, this is probably the first step for the station to say, hey, we're taking action. Please don't fine us.
And they probably won't get fined.
I don't know.
I just wait for the day that something slips out of me on this station, and I can just plan on the FCC setting up a command post inside my ass.
Well, actually, yeah.
Is that funny to you, Gavin?
Oh, no. I'm here to protect you. I don't know why. I'm sorry. It was
Gavin, your mic's still on.
It wasn't the fact about you. It was the visual of a command post in your ass. That was funny.
F. Russ the Jock.
Yeah, you're right. You can tell. Let me see if I still got it over here. He actually gets closer. Sure. Almost like he got up on the mic at the very end of it.
With only a few days to go before the election, John McCain tells ABC News Radio there's still a lot of work to do.
We're going to campaign hard. We're going to campaign on the differences between myself and Senator Obama. Joe the Plumber made it very clear to the people of this country that he wants to, quote, spread the wealth around.
I want motherfucking Joe the Plumber dead.
Don't want that.
It's not even 1 second after it's on the air that he says Joe the Plumber that he starts to react. I just did the stopwatch on him.
And that doesn't sound like how very investigative of him. Welcome. It doesn't sound like he's at a broadcast because you don't hear anybody else in the background.
No, it sounds like you can hear the room ambience.
What if he'd be like here we have a producer studio?
We don't know what it was, and I'm tired of speculating.
Sorry.
But thanks for trying to milk the bit. Why don't you try that on your show Saturday?
Is it going to be this Saturday?
No.
What time?
6.
6 o'clock. Okay, good.
Everett, you want to hear Trey's audition tape that he put together?
Oh, I'd love to.
Let me pull this up. Trey. Did you erase it, Trey? I don't. Yeah, I do.
You still have it. Okay.
Ready?
Does this need any setup?
No, it's capsulized.
Okay.
Dr. Carter is solving the world's issues one eye at a time. Call Carter Eye Center today at 214-696-2020.
Now remember, this is an audition.
CarterEyeCenter.com.
Not on the air. You blow it. You can stop, start until you get it right.
Gotcha. We're not done giving our opinion.
Dan sitting in the studio with Trey just to run the board.
Excellent.
Baby, don't be scared when you do that. Shout the sweat out your hair when you do that. You know the boys.
All right, the show's already started.
Sounds good.
I'm grown. I'm all the way in my zone. And I like it, I like it, I like it a lot. I like it, I like it, I like it a lot. She bossy, she's sassy. She's throwing that whole thing at me. And I like it, I like it, I like it a lot. I like it, I like it, I like it a lot. I ain't there. Are things still going well? Good, glad to hear that.
Trey, this is where you talk, Trey. No. Oh, God. Really?
This is the Trey Travel Show on Live 105.3. DFW's home of NASCAR and Texas Motor Speedway is live.
No pressure, no urgency, no anxiety, no reason to have that. He doesn't say anything, then he vomits.
Well, it's a good first effort.
Is that going to be your template every week, or is that just going to be for the first week?
You can just do the vomit during the ratings.
Mm-hmm. Smart man. See, he's already got it down. Doing good stuff during the ratings.
And during the summer, when everybody does reruns, you can actually just replay your vomit.
People won't know if you're live or not.
Yeah. Very confusing. What are you going to throw up this week?
Give stuff away.
Yeah, you could actually make that some type of contest.
Sure.
What did I vomit?
Secret sound.
All right, 5:07. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Today is, of course, Wednesday, November 5th, 2008. Birthdays today. Kevin Jonas from the Jonas Brothers. He turns 21. Ryan Adams, singer, turns 34. Brian Adams, the one that most of us know, turns 49 and still pit-faced. Sam Rockwell turns 40. He, of course, from Charlie's Angels and from one of... he was also in the Shatner... Not the Shatner...
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest, yes. Love that film. Tatum O'Neal turns 45. Robert Patrick from Terminator 2 turns 50. And Sam Shepard turns 65. And Art Garfunkel turned 67. Ike Turner would have been 77 today. He passed away back in 2007. And Roy Rogers. Today was his birthday, but he passed away back in 1998. After 20...
What is it, John?
Nothing. What's the big deal about Roy Rogers?
His birthday.
I know. I love Roy Rogers. There was nothing the matter with it. I didn't realize that he was already gone that long.
Do you have an angle for this?
No, you just asked me what I was reacting to.
That Roy Rogers is dead?
Yes. I still thought he was around.
How about this?
Okay.
Just to prevent these moments of uncomfortableness.
Okay.
You read the news before you hear it from Dan.
I do that occasionally.
Why don't you get habitual about it?
Okay. I'll get into it.
Anybody else dead that's going to throw him?
No, that was it.
All right.
After 21 long months, the longest presidential campaign in history, Barack Obama has defeated, of course, John McCain to become the 44th president of these United States.
We did what?
As of 4 a.m. Eastern Time, Barack Obama had won the Electoral College by 338 to 163 and was ahead in the popular vote, 52 to 47. That's actually gone up a little bit the last time I checked it. And that was the margin, just over 6 million votes. An Obama win looked increasingly likely earlier in the night when projections showed him winning Pennsylvania and Ohio, two big states considered by many to be must-wins for the McCain-Palin campaign.
I didn't look at the breakdown. Did McCain carry Texas like he was supposed to?
Oh, yeah. By like 56-44 or something like that.
What was interesting, did he end up carrying Dallas County, though?
Yeah, I actually just checked that about an hour ago. Obama carried Dallas County, Harris County, Travis County, and Bexar County, and then a handful of other ones, like along the Rio Grande.
But not Tarrant.
No, did not carry Tarrant. Tarrant's very much a Republican stronghold as far as counties.
That means he would have carried Tarrant County.
McCain.
I was talking about Obama.
Oh, all right. I've had enough election stuff. How many pages are you losing?
You want global reaction?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Thank God. The election of Barack Obama as the first black man in the White House unleashed...
He elected him president.
Unleashed a global...
I could probably call Mark Davis right now. I forget his wife's name. You just hear Mark in the bathroom yakking just over and over. Good Lord.
It was so serious today. It was like the end of the world. Like you just tuned in, you'd think, okay, well, I've missed some kind of a bomb attack because we survived the Clinton days. We survived Jimmy Carter. We'll get through this.
I'm sure he got up this morning thinking, all right, somebody found something someplace. Sure. There were some votes. One of those smaller states, easy to lose. And that's going to push McCain over.
They came in late. There's awfully a lot of red in this country, surely.
Oh, can only imagine. So I'm sure he did a live election coverage last night. I'm surprised he wasn't sharpening the knife to slit his wrist.
One more state goes blue. I'm cutting something off.
God damn.
So anyway, it unleashed a global tide of admiration, hopes for change, and even renewed love for the United States after years of dwindling goodwill during the Bush administration. In Europe on Wednesday, some likened Obama's stunning ascent to power to Neil Armstrong's first steps on the moon.
Oh, wait! Oh.
Hang on. Some compared it to the release of Nelson Mandela and the fall of the Berlin Wall as a turning point for humanity.
All right, I actually saw those happen.
You saw the moon thing happen too?
I saw Tom Brokaw at the fall of the Berlin Wall. I'm buying that one.
Okay, well, we saw Neil Armstrong walking on the moon. Yes, we did.
And I know the Berlin Wall and Brokaw was real because that was too big of a set.
And of course, the moon is a pretty big thing too. It's not a set.
That's when you do the wide shots, and that's all CG.
It's not CG. We didn't even know what CG was back then.
We had special effects.
We didn't have. We went to the moon. We went to the moon.
No.
Yeah. We went.
We had.
Every time we said
television had been around for a long time. We could do special effects. We had the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, dear God. Yes, we had the Creature from the Black Lagoon. We also went to the moon.
We also, in the 50s, space movies and science fiction was very popular. So we had 10, 15 years to perfect that, except for the stars in the background.
Except for the stars.
Roger Corman would have fixed that.
You know why the stars are... It came to me the other day, and I don't know why I didn't bring it up. The reason the stars are not in the picture
Budget.
No, because those pictures were taken on the bright side of the moon. It was daytime to them.
Still stars?
There aren't stars in it. Do you go outside right now, look up. Do you see stars?
If I go outside right now, it's bright. And those pictures of the moon, it's dark in the background.
It's dark because they don't have the atmosphere we have. That was during the day. That was on the bright side of the moon. Had you been on the dark side of the moon...
No.
Yes.
There would be no Pink Floyd.
There would be stars. Had you been on the other side of the moon.
The sky was dark. I should have seen stars.
The sky was dark only because they don't have our atmosphere. Our sky's blue because we have the atmosphere. They don't have it. And so that was during the day.
So you're telling me that we couldn't see the stars
because it was during
the stage lights.
It was during the day. It was daytime pictures.
But the sky was dark.
Because the only reason our sky's not black is because we have an atmosphere.
Good news.
They had no atmosphere there.
All right, so you'll be able to see the stars.
No, but it's so bright. The sun's shining on the moon's surface. It's so bright, that's daytime.
Okay, so but it's still dark in the background. That's where the stars go.
But the camera's washed out because of the brightness of the sun reflecting.
Well, how coincidental.
It's not coincidental. It's true. And it's just simple, really. It's daytime. When they took those pictures, it was daytime.
But it was dark.
It was daytime on the moon, so it's too bright. You can't see them. They're too...
Why is the sky dark?
But it's because there's no atmosphere.
All right.
Well, that's more reason.
Then you see the stars.
Oh, my God.
Anybody else with me on this?
I'm go sitting in a tub.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Davis.
Absolutely. It's so obvious.
Oh, hush, both of you. So obvious. Those pictures were taken during the day. Go outside and right now look up. You won't see stars.
You can't see it because there's a bunch of blue up there. On the pictures of the moon, there ain't nothing but dark in the background. And normally, if you got stars, those would show up. Bright things in the dark.
The only reason we have blue is because of our atmosphere.
Which is why you can't see the stars during the day because of our atmosphere. The moon doesn't have any atmosphere, which means the sky is always dark in the background, and that's where the stars show up. If they didn't have the budget for it, climb off me. Go ahead, Dan.
I'm sorry. Barack Obama's grandmother.
What's the matter?
It just took me a second to realize if you still wanted an election thing. But it's about his grandma.
All right.
Barack Obama's grandmother's vote was indeed counted. Even though Madeline is no longer with us, she had already sent in her absentee ballot by mail. And since Madeline was alive when she mailed her vote, by law, it counts. So good for her. According to a website called theroot.com, there was an email going around telling black people how not to act.
Finally.
If Barack Obama won the election.
The election.
All right.
Well,
why would you need an email to tell people how to react to election results?
I think they thought maybe some people might overreact. And I didn't see this email going around, but you can only imagine. They had to tell the people in China how to act while the Olympics were there.
Chinese people are shut-ins.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying, I don't know.
They haven't seen retarded people, so when the Special Olympics came to town, you had to point out all the different things since you'd never seen one before.
Uh-huh. Don't stare at them. Don't ask to ride in their wheelchair.
Was that one of them?
Yeah. Don't ask for rides in the wheelchairs.
All right, goddamn.
All right, so the list, according to this email, was number 1, don't go around quoting Martin Luther King Jr. Certain black leaders might be able to get away with this, but 99% of black people cannot. Number 2, don't go up to every redneck you see and gloat. Number 3,
assuming only black people voted for Obama.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked about the crowd shots. Everybody from every part of the world was celebrating last night.
It was diversified, and that's why Obama was able to get past the Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton stigma when they ran for president. That's the only reason that Jesse Jackson was all bubbled up was that should have been mine.
You know, they asked a few people not to come out there last night, like Brad Pitt and a few others that would be distracting. I'm really surprised that Obama's camp didn't ask him, Jesse Jackson, to not be there.
Why?
That's a distraction. You're there crying. What are you crying about? You're crying about the fact that it's not you. That's what it looks like.
I'm sure in his mind, he should have had this nailed down 20 some odd years ago when he ran. Was it that long ago?
Yes, 88.
I suppose it just looked really cheesy, and that would have him not in the crowd. Oprah, it's her town. You know, you understand her being there.
So you don't think a civil rights leader has
I would think
there's no justification to him being in a crowd when you've got the first black president elected?
No, really. I don't think it was a racial issue at all, the election. I didn't consider it a racial issue, but by him being there, it becomes one.
Well, it's a moment that it should have happened decades ago, and we never got around to it. And the only reason that it didn't happen back in the 80s or whenever Sharpton ran is because they had the agenda. And it was all a civil rights agenda as opposed to a humanity-based agenda, which is what Obama based his platform on, and nobody felt left out. He even said last night, for those of you that I haven't earned your support, I'm going to be your president as well, and I'll earn it.
Very impressive. Just the fact that Jesse does have an agenda, always has had an agenda. I think he didn't belong there last night because it's not a black-white issue. I don't think it was. I think that made it look racial.
No, it was very, for a lot of people, it was very much a black-white issue.
You should enjoy it at home, but don't get up there and bubble up like a baby. You poke me in the eyes real quick.
Well, enjoy your racism at home.
Enjoy it. The reason there weren't other stars there.
Is that what you do?
There were people that were asked. Shut up, Everett.
Did you cry?
You will never know.
Go ahead, Ben.
All right. Number 3, do not corner your white friends and give them a tutorial on black culture just because now that the president's black, you think it's time for them to learn.
That's scary.
Number 4, don't cut in line at the DMV, post office, or any government office because you think Barack's got my back.
That's my favorite one.
And number 5, that according to this email telling black people how not to act if Barack won the election, don't name your kids Barack Obama, whatever your last name is.
Why not?
that's going to happen. There's going to be a lot more Baracks next year or two.
Yeah, black people name their kids after presidents for hundreds of years.
It's just going to be very interesting because that's not a traditional. Stop! I actually stopped myself that time. I don't know what I was going to say, but it wasn't going to be good.
I'd like for you to expound.
No, I don't want to expound.
I got to know where you were going.
I don't believe, and I could be wrong, and I probably am. I didn't think Barack was a traditional ethnic name.
It's not. It sounds more Middle Eastern.
Mm-hmm. So I'm okay on that one? Dan's got a face. I've done something wrong.
Yeah, you governed yourself.
Yeah. I just like that it's such a bitter struggle for you.
I think I popped a vein.
Dan.
Diddy rocked the vote yesterday at his polling place in New York City, and afterwards he talked about how much of an empowering moment it was for him. He said, I felt like my vote was the vote that put Obama into office.
How many times they let him vote?
No overinflated ego here.
It was down to one vote, and that was going to be my vote. And that may not be true, but that's how much power it felt like I had. He added, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I just felt like...
I think you can stop.
I know.
Does he bring up MLK?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
But I just felt like Martin Luther King. And I felt the whole civil rights movement. I felt all that energy, and I felt my kids. It was all out there at one time. It was just a joyous moment.
And there's...
You're a rapper.
There's no issue with somebody being proud because we've got a black president now. But don't make that the... What?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
What did you say?
I said nothing. I said nothing. I was trying to be stupid. Go ahead. You were making a good point.
No, I like stupid.
No, stupid wasn't good.
The show's about stupid. Stupid, say it.
I didn't say anything at all.
Stupid's good. Stupid's welcome here. Stupid is spoken.
Got my tongue out. I just said we did what?
You'll pull that.
Yeah, 5 times.
But there were some people that voted just because he was black, and that's not an agenda that you want to have. You want him in there because he's going to be a president for everybody, not one segment. That's why Jesse Jackson didn't make it.
That's why he was crying. And Trayton made a really good point earlier. Maybe he is the right guy at the right time for everybody. And if it helps us worldwide, all the better.
We did what?
He's in.
Jesse or Alan actually told an interesting story, and I'll make this short. So 42 years ago, Martin Luther King was in Chicago. That's where he got hit in the head with a brick.
Martin Luther King?
Yes.
Okay.
And he said after that, he goes, I need to go back down to Mississippi, bring them up to Chicago, and show them what hate really is, because these people got it covered. And then you go 42 years later, 11 miles from where that happened, you had 130,000 people, celebrating the election of a black president. So, I mean, we have definitely come a long ways.
In just four decades, a little over. I mean, that's really impressive.
You think maybe Jesse celebrated by hitting a white guy with a brick? Look at that. We've come full circle. Free at last. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. You name the category, and this show is on top. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
All right, Daniel, go ahead.
The Dallas Stars have signed right wing Mark Parrish, acquiring a former All-Star who played for the Minnesota Wild last season. Parrish signed a 1-year, $500,000 contract. The 31-year-old winger played in 66 games with the Wild last season.
5 year, how much?
1 year, $500,000.
Oh, okay.
The 31-year-old winger played in 66 games with the Wild last season and had 16 goals and 14 assists. Parrish was an all-star back in 2002. He's also played for the Florida Panthers, New York Islanders, and Los Angeles Kings. For his career, 208 goals and 164 assists.
Is this a big deal? You're going to have to ask Gavin on that one.
Gavin.
Hang on. Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Jagger, our morning host.
Oh, what's he want?
Oh, we're just catching up.
About what? DNA?
No. No, we're not talking about DNA. Catching up.
I don't know what that means.
That's funny, though.
Who did the Stars just acquire?
Mark Parrish.
Mark Parrish.
Yeah. Is that a big deal?
I think it is. He comes, brings some experience. He's a former captain of the Wild, and had some good years. So I think it provides experience, which we need.
Had he been cut from a previous team this season?
Yeah, he was not. He was not playing.
Why not?
That I'm not sure of. I have not researched it as of yet, but I will.
Is that why they got him so cheap?
Yeah, probably. It all comes down to the salary cap slots. And he probably just wanted to be picked up.
Wanted to work?
Yeah, but Luddy will talk about it tonight on the hockey show.
Are you hosting that again?
No.
What happened?
No. I don't know.
Had to let your show go back? You lost it?
I didn't lose it. No.
You're not on it.
Well, I don't know what happened with Luddy.
Did he ask you not to come back?
He just said that I don't want to talk about it.
You got kicked off your own station.
Wow.
Damn.
I thought I brought up some good points. I thought I brought up some valid points. I thought me and Robidoux were getting along really well. We were hanging during breaks. It was good times. I was trying to give him my number so we could hang. I thought it'd be great. Apparently, Luddy didn't appreciate that.
Well, at one point, obviously, you rubbed Luddy the wrong way.
Well, I look at it like I was the Steve Ott of that show, where I was the agitator, and I was trying to get Luddy to drop the gloves because I thought that would be exciting radio.
Luddy doesn't need an agitator. He comes self-shaken.
I know.
So he asked you not to come back?
Yeah. And he keeps calling me Geppetto.
Why?
I don't know.
Stick his finger in your ass?
I don't know.
Who's a Geppetto?
Daddy's little finger puppet.
All right.
Come on, talk.
All right. Sorry to bother you. Go back to Jagger and talk about your goo. All right. Sorry, Dan.
No problem. Country Hall of Famer Merle Haggard had a malignant tumor removed from his lung on Monday. The surgery was performed in Merle's hometown of Bakersfield, California, which is where he's also recovering. According to the Bakersfield Californian, doctors discovered a spot on Merle's lung back in May, but he refused to do anything about it. His friends and family eventually convinced him to have the surgery. He is 71 years old.
I was going to put him on my Deadpool. I didn't know he was alive.
Yeah, of course he's still alive. Merle Haggard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually with you because I just kind of thought he went the way of Waylon Jennings and some of those other guys and was dead.
71.
I saw the story. I had to go back and look at the date on it.
No. He's in relatively good health for all the partying and stuff they all did back in those days.
Did you get my email, Dan, about the Deadpool?
Yes, I did.
Oh, cool.
You get Merle?
Uh-huh.
That's rude.
That's good. You didn't get it.
Well, he also just had his tumor removed. He's going to be fine.
It was malignant.
It was. They cut it out. He's hunky-dory.
Malignant and lungs, just a combination that doesn't work well for people.
I know, but he ain't going to kick it before the end of the year.
That's I'm building my list for next year. I've
Vulture?
They restart at the beginning of each year.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm prepping a list for next year. I'm going to win next year because Russ is going to win this year.
Why don't you just go down to the cancer center at Baylor and just hang out in the parking lot?
And say, hey, what's your name?
Because you probably already got him claimed.
Are you sick?
I've got cancer. Yeah.
Where's your hair?
Well, I'm doing chemo.
Oh. How old are you?
I'm 80.
Damn.
What?
I have to go to the other entrance. All right, Dan.
Okay. Last week, an unnamed man from New Delhi, India, learned that his wife was cheating on him with a 32-year-old man named Rajesh Kumar. So in order to get back at Rajesh, the man and his two brothers-in-law attacked him and cut off his wiener.
It ain't Rajesh's fault.
I think that, yeah, if you guys mess around with your wife,
it ain't Rajesh's fault.
Whose fault is it?
Who was screwing around?
Well, she was too, but you take care of at least him.
Wait, maybe Rajesh didn't know that, what's her name?
His is the only name that's been released.
All right.
Well, you take care of the guy. Don't even, Trey. I see where you're going. Don't. I'm sorry I went to the wrong side of this argument.
No, I think you went to the right one.
Perhaps we could still contact.
No, he and our buddy, we talk all the time.
The guy that called you 10, 12 years after you banged his wife.
Yes, we're friends. We talk all the time. Everything's fine. Everything's water under the bridge. No big deal.
Maybe he'd like your address in the mid-cities.
No, he knows right where I live. He hangs out with me almost daily. Let it go. Let that one go. Shoo. We're buddies.
You haven't seen him in 12 years, have you?
Shut up, Dan.
And you never called him back.
Dan, it's your birthday. I got you something.
I just asked a question. You could have said anything.
And you just advocated that a guy should get his penis cut off for messing around with a man's wife.
That's why I immediately went to the wrong side of the story. And I really can only self-edit myself like once a day. This wasn't the right time.
So you think Rajesh had it coming?
I think Rajesh was probably misunderstood, and the wife was left alone a lot. And they had the trampoline. Things happen with sometimes, and maybe he was like a neighbor, and they got to be really good friends.
So you screwed your best friend's woman.
Oh, I didn't know. It was not a best friend. He was not a best friend.
What about my girlfriend? You screwed her?
Oh, my God. How did we get from Rajesh in India to you and your girlfriend? No.
I travel.
No, I never touched any of your girlfriends. Never even approached the one you're thinking of.
Why are you going over there in the middle of the night? Because I don't care if it was 18 years ago.
I was running. Yeah, I was just.
That's a breach of trust.
It is not. I was taking. She was wanting to know what to do with you, and I was there to help.
So you went over there to show her?
No, I didn't touch her.
I'll be over here. I'll just inhabit the hole so nobody else can get in there.
Where did you ever get this idea that this occurred?
Because you went over there in the middle of the night and you never told me you did it on several occasions, and the only thing that anybody's going to come to a conclusion is you went over there and you screwed her.
I didn't screw her.
I didn't need a bookmark in my woman's vagina.
I didn't bookmark anything. I didn't touch her. We talked about you. She would call me and she would say, what do I do? Russ is doing this. And I go, well, I probably know him better than anybody else. Why don't we talk?
Why don't I come over? Why couldn't you just talk to her on the phone?
I happen to be in the neighborhood.
Why were we in the neighborhood?
Well, because I can't remember the specific instance.
Yeah, you were in the neighborhood because that's where she lived. And you can't be in her neighborhood unless you're going to see her.
No, I was driving up the freeway. I still remember the night, and she said, well, you're close. Why don't you come by? I said, okay, well, let's just talk, and I'll get you and Russ back together. That's exactly what happened. I swear. Where did you come up with this thought?
Everybody has this thought.
No.
You tell this story to anyone, and they're going to come to the same conclusion.
Okay, that's exactly why I didn't tell you when it happened, because it looks suspicious. But
why it looks suspicious?
Why?
Because it is.
It's not. Nothing happened. We put me on the lie detector test.
That doesn't make any difference.
Yes.
It looks suspicious.
Exactly.
It looks suspicious because it is. That's why they use that word in those instances.
That's why I didn't tell you until 20 years later. And then
so you think I'm going to be past
it? Well, it's 20 years ago. Yeah, you should be past it.
So why all of a sudden you tell me? Cleansing yourself?
Well, no,
you feel better?
No.
You live tired of living with the guilt?
No, there's no guilt. I never touched. I saw her naked only at her work. Only.
She worked at Penny's.
No, she did not. You know that. So, and that was even uncomfortable. And she worked at a topless bar, and we know that.
No.
Yes.
She worked for J.C. Penney.
No, I never saw her. No. You know that I'm telling the truth.
No.
Yes, you do. You put me on a lie detector test multiple times. I need to answer this question.
Shut up.
I passed.
No.
Never touched her.
Yes. Why'd you keep it to yourself?
Because.
Why'd you go over there on multiple times?
She would call me.
Why wouldn't you just talk on the phone?
I just wanted to.
Because you can't come over the phone.
I would never do that to you, ever. How did we get away from India all the way back over to Dallas? Jiminy Christmas. Let it go. Let this one go. Nothing happened. You know nothing happened. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't. One time I had a little incident.
You screwed other friends' wives.
One guy, and he wasn't really a friend. He was a neighbor. And it was wrong. I knew it then. I've admitted it. Felt terrible about it.
So it was a one-time indiscretion.
Well.
All right. How we doing, Claude?
Cool.
Good.
Speaking of one-time indiscretions, recently a man from Portland, Oregon named Cyrus Sullivan got genital herpes from a 20-year-old woman named Naomi Munichiello. So to get back at Naomi, Cyrus started a website called STDcarriers.com, which lists the names of people who have a sexually transmitted disease, and Naomi is, of course, the first person on the list.
Short of the public service that provides, wouldn't that open, unless you could absolutely prove that they had an STD, wouldn't you open yourself up to legal action?
Well, as I said before, truth is an absolute defense to slander, and once that becomes an issue, then potentially that could come to the attention of the court and give rise to even more embarrassment on the part of the petitioner, that being the affected or infected party.
But even if she went back and proved that she didn't have the bumps, her name's already out there. Now you got the embarrassment.
Well, it's just a matter of proving by preponderance of the evidence, if you're this guy, that he got it from her, and I'm sure he could submit medical tests indicating that he in fact had it, and maybe do some discovery on her and get...
Well, you're also going to have to go back and prove that you were celibate or faithful during that entire relationship, and you weren't out banging other chicks with the bumpies.
Well, you could testify to that fact, and again, it's the lower standard in the law when you're talking about proving up a civil case.
All right.
Two union women face child neglect charges after police say they left their 5 children, ages 8 all the way down to 1, home alone while they went to party in another town.
What kind of party?
Doesn't matter.
It's probably a cougar party.
They left their children.
Yeah, I guess it'd have to be.
No, it wasn't a cougar party.
Actually, no, it would be a MILF party. They were 26 and 25.
All right. There you go.
Gail Lindemann and Makisha Bird were arrested Friday and charged with unlawful conduct toward a child. A 7-year-old girl told the officer her mother had left her around 8 p.m. to go to a party in Spartanburg. The girl was left with her younger siblings, ages 3 and 1, and 2 other children, ages 8 and 4. Police say Lindemann's mother came home 30 minutes later and told the officer she thought her daughter was watching the kids. The woman called Lindemann and let the officer speak to her. He says Lindemann told him she thought her mother was watching the kids.
Oh, that's right. She's here with us in Spartanburg.
But I thought she was watching the children.
The kids were put in emergency protective custody.
How long were they gone?
I guess it was... Police said the mother came home 30 minutes later. So,
John, did you say chillins?
I don't remember now. I don't think I did. Why? I have no idea. Are you trying to make this a racial thing?
Did you try?
Yes.
Why'd you say chillins?
That's just how I refer to children.
You never use that term.
I do. I have 2 children of my own. Man, this has been such a hard day.
Say it again.
No, I have 2 children of my own. Kids, children.
I've never heard you refer to Jeff and Chris as your chillins.
Well, I don't have any idea if these people are white, black.
Why'd you use the word chillins?
That's how I call what I call children.
What were the names in the story, Dan?
Gail Lindemann and Makisha Bird.
What?
Boogie chillins.
How did you pick up on that? I didn't say anything about race.
Dude, I got errors.
There's no racial overtones to this.
Why'd you say chillins?
Because that's what small children are called. These are 8 to 1 year old. They're chillins. You're not nailing me on this one.
I don't have to. You brought your own hammer and nails. Do we need to write? All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We are number 1 because of you. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Which state was that?
Oregon.
Did it pass?
Yes, it did pass. Oregon and Washington now.
You can use pot for medical reasons.
In California.
So
why would that be ever a gray area? If there's any medicinal benefits, pot, and you get a script from a doctor, why wouldn't they just go ahead and make that legal?
Well, I think marijuana carries with it a lot of baggage in terms of how it's perceived, certainly by the federal government, and they sort of lump it in with a lot of the harder drugs like methamphetamines and cocaine.
I can get amphetamines from a doctor.
Well, but they're federally regulated. The FDA, approves them. They're taxed. There are all sorts of distinctions.
Don't they specifically grow pot in medical environments just for the prescription purposes?
There was actually a policy that came in, I think, just prior to the Bush administration, and he quashed it. And I think to date there's something like 6 people that under this law that were grandfathered in that are allowed to be prescribed marijuana that's actually grown by the government. But as I understand it, the laws that allow for medical marijuana, that's not marijuana that's grown by the feds. It's just grown by whomever and then allowed to be distributed.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes. Independent pharmaceutical salesmen.
And if the feds did, I think, say it's okay, they would in essence start saying, okay, yeah.
Well, hang on. So the states approve that.
Yes.
There's 2 or 3 states. But the feds, you get caught with it, you're still up for a federal crime.
Well, yeah, and I mean, typically, realistically, if you get caught with it, it's going to be by the state police, the city of whatever's police department, and they're not going to bust you for it. But what happens, or at least what's happened in California, is that the feds have gone in and raided these various cannabis clubs periodically to try to shut them down at the source.
It's you still have it classified as a drug. Why is it just because I can get it from a doctor? That's fine. That's legal. But if I get a script from a doctor for pot, now all of a sudden I've crossed the line.
Well, I think it's absurd. I mean, there are a lot of people that, at least from anecdotal evidence, utilize it, for example, with AIDS. The wasting part of AIDS is what kills a lot of people, the fact that they can't eat, and it gives you the munchies.
And it also relieves the pressure on your eyes for glaucoma.
Exactly right.
I don't understand that mentality. You get stopped, you show your script. You got my pot, here's my script, signed by Howard Garrett.
Just like anything. Well, like anything else you have, a hydrocodone or anything else.
I think the additional...
I got my script from Dr. Red Duke.
That would be too far back for some people.
I don't care.
I love Dr. Red Duke.
I still got my script, and I'm not going to jail.
Well, it was in the 70s, I believe. He's gone now, so that's probably fake, and you're going to jail.
What about the one that I got signed by Howard Garrett? He's a doctor.
No, he's not a doctor. He's a horticulturist, isn't he?
Says on his show he's a doctor.
Oh. Don't think he's a medical doctor. Get in the car.
I'm not getting in the car. I got my script signed by the dirt doctor. Where do you think they grow pot?
You're going to jail. I still don't understand why they don't. Like everything else, I know I'm simplifying it. Make money off of it for the government. It's a cash crop. You ain't stopping people from doing it. I know that mentality as well.
Well, you don't have to do the blanket concept of just make it legal. If there's a medicinal benefit, grow that. You've got labs that make methamphetamines. Sure. I can get that from a doctor. And now, if I get my own tub and I start cooking the stuff up at the house, then the local and the state authorities seem to raise an eyebrow.
They can monitor it and make money off of it if it was for medical purposes.
But to do so, it would begin to unravel the billions and billions and billions we spent on our quote-unquote war on drugs. And that's something...
How's it going to unravel it if you just have a small sector that's served by this?
Because our war on drugs, and I say our war on drugs has been absolutely the biggest waste of money ever, but to legalize it in any form, you acknowledge something that you have for 20 years said, no drug is legal, it is all illegal, it is all bad, to then now go say,
if I get caught with a prescription drug and I don't have a script for it or my name's not on the bottle, I'm still going to be arrested. It's going to be the same concept. You show them you dope, you show them the script signed by Quincy, and then you get to go on.
But again, to admit that a drug, especially...
Robert Young signed this.
Well, I think the additional concern, too, is that it's a bit of a slippery slope in the sense that if you allow medical marijuana, the next step is to allow it for recreational purposes. And I think that's another big concern.
You got speed on the street. You got speed at the CVS.
Oh, you're right.
One's regulated. One's got a brand name on it. The other one's CVS.
And one is, one of them regulated, and it's taxed. And money could the state make?
Again, it doesn't have to be the blanket. You're just making it totally legal. You got people that can benefit from it, especially if they've got AIDS, and that's really the only thing that helps you can get them to eat. Let them. You know what? If I got AIDS, and that's the only way that I'm going to work up any type of hunger, I'm going to smoke it. Haul me off to jail. See, do I not spit all over the place?
And they will, unfortunately.
And ignore the script by Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
I think I will.
All right, Dan. Go ahead. Hold on. Line 1. Yes, John.
Hey there, just wanted to let you know that I totally believe in the legalization of it. It's less dangerous than alcohol. I'm currently on it right now on my way home from work and driving just fine. I'm not going to mow over a family of kids.
A lot of drunk people say the same thing.
Well, no, whereas if I'd had about 5 beers right now, I don't think I'd be okay to drive. Also, the fact is I've had 2 back surgeries over the past 2 years from a car wreck, and I could either currently be addicted to Vicodin right now, which would definitely impair my ability to drive and ability to function, whereas marijuana takes the place of that. And is
hang on, slow down. And I can't believe I'm saying this to somebody that's stoned. Why are you smoking weed now?
I'm stoned to the bone because my back hurts. I've been working all day long. My back hurts, and I don't want to be addicted to Vicodin. And Vicodin, unfortunately, does affect and impair my abilities to drive and to work and to function, whereas marijuana does not.
You're making that decision stoned. You're saying you're driving safely.
Absolutely, all day long. I'm actually driving behind a Dallas police officer right now, and there's absolutely no way that he could tell that I am because I'm not weaving in and out of lanes. I'm not barreling down the road at 80 miles an hour. I'm not running stoplights, and I've done all of those things while drunk.
What's that noise?
Well, hey, now don't.
That's good. Kill his buzz.
Oh no,
Dick. I don't see how you possibly can drive on that.
Anytime we bring this up, even back at the Eagle, this conversation would happen, and you'd have people that would contend I can drive better stoned than if I was just absolutely sober.
My little bit, the one time we had the brownies here at your party, and I got stoned. I
qualify.
Somebody slipped some marijuana into the brownies, and we didn't know it was in there.
All right, always tell that story starting that way.
Okay. The time somebody slipped in there accidentally. And
the time we was having the big brownie bust
at your house. No, when driving home, out my time, the whole time.
Well, you don't know how much you had ingested because we don't know. First of all, we didn't know there was pot in the brownies, and you don't know the concentration at which they were baked.
I suppose. I just know there's no way in the hell I could have driven. I couldn't even remember how long it took to get from your house to the end of the block. Seemed like about a week.
The time we were having that party at your house, and all the pot and all the brownies. So it didn't pass in your head, hey, I should probably point out, because it's damn important, we didn't know that there was dope in the brownies.
It certainly did not. We did not have any idea that somebody slipped it in there.
You did. You made them.
I did not make the brownies.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't make the brownies.
You walked around the house the entire time. We got brownies. And I helped.
I didn't do that.
I told you not to make those brownies.
I have never done that. I've smoked dope one time other than that, and that we were stoned.
What state was that you did coke in?
Never did coke anywhere. Stop that.
International waters?
I never did anywhere. No cocaine at all.
I thought you did.
No, why do you say things like this?
Because I thought you did.
No, I've never admitted to that.
I thought you did.
No, well, you're making it up. Just because you say it doesn't make it true.
No, you said you did. You said it on the air.
I did not.
I think you did.
I would actually get on the radio and say that I did cocaine.
I think you did.
I didn't.
In Nevada.
Was it Nevada?
No.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
No.
Was it Nevada?
It was not Nevada.
Were you going to the Moon Museum?
I was.
Were you there for the Moon Show?
There for the Moon Show. God, get off me about the cocaine. I never did cocaine.
Get you a ticket for the moon ride?
No, didn't ever do that.
What about when you were music director at the Eagle?
No, I never took any drugs at all.
You just resold that coke.
I didn't resell it. I had somebody slip me some one night at a club, and I immediately threw it away. They did the old handshake thing, and it was like backstage. Hey, how you doing?
Why they hand you cocaine?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Somebody doesn't just hand you coke on the outside chance that you're a snorter.
This is somebody I knew, and apparently they thought I was because they did the handshake thing. And
maybe they heard the story about Nevada.
And there were the little baggie in my hand, and I went, holy crap, and I went and threw it away.
I've been broadcasting almost 30 years. Ain't nobody handed me a bag of nothing.
Well, maybe when you're a music director and you're backstage at concerts, they assume that you might be into that.
Is it because of your reputation?
I had no reputation as a druggie.
So why somebody handed you dope?
I don't know why they did that, and I was embarrassed.
Just out of the absolute blue sky.
This is somebody I knew.
Somebody hands you a baggie.
It was somebody I knew.
And just assumed that you did dope.
It was with the band, yeah. I guess he thought I did. And we did the handshake thing, and next thing I know, I had a little baggie in my hand. I went, ah!
Did he know you bought that van with cash?
No.
Good Times van?
I didn't buy any Good Times van. I did buy it with cash. I didn't buy it with illegal cash.
I've never had anybody hand me a baggie.
Mm-mm. Well, you don't go back.
There was one time, but they told me to put my personal belongings in it. Ready to finish, Dan?
I am. Go ahead. The Cowboys golf course.
Hotline's ringing out there.
The Cowboys golf course in Grapevine is an exceptional place to play. Hitting a driver there is a dream for many local golfers. The plush rolling fairways and smooth greens can command one of the highest fees for a public course in all of North Texas, but it seems cost was no barrier for some high-ranking executives from the Fannie Mae office in Dallas.
Are they still kicking it?
Yeah.
Documents obtained by CBS 11 show at least 14 people in a recent Fannie Mae outing teed off at Cowboys at 1:30 on September 29th. That's, of course, 22 days after the federal government took over Fannie to save the massive mortgage company from failure. The taxpayers tab for the golf outing was $6,279.26.
And this happened how long ago?
This was September 29th, which was 22 days after the federal government took it over. Fannie paid for 20 golfers. The 14 listed on the tee sheet included 3 Fannie executives from Dallas, 2 Fannie execs from Chicago, and 1 from D.C. The cost for golf alone was $3,316. Then, the bar tab. They drank 49 bottles or cans of domestic beer, 5 Grey Goose vodkas, 6 Absolute vodkas, some Tanqueray, and 31 glasses of the house red wine. Total bar tab, $555.
Pussy.
Leslie Page with a nonpartisan watch group, Citizens Against Government Waste, said Fannie Mae is at the center of the mortgage meltdown and needs to change its internal culture to be more respectful of taxpayers. Or, I say, just take them out and flog them.
Did they try and pass this off if this is the right incident? Because there have been a few companies that went back and decided to party after the bailout. They said these outings were necessary.
The incentive-based thing that they already had in place, that was AIG's spa trip.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is stuff that we already had planned.
Well, once you ask us for billions of dollars, you unplan your little golf outing.
I don't think they asked for anything. The government just went in and took over the Freddie Mercury and the Fannie Didn't they?
Yeah, and that's a hard one to do because they're a publicly traded company. So,
how do you turn that in as an expense?
Well, it happens all the time.
But the feds have already taken over the Fannie and Freddie.
But it's still a publicly traded company with...
my point is, if the feds had taken over these two entities, you think the feds would have bookkeepers keeping an eye on everything?
You're talking about billions and billions of dollars that, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, $6,000, that can fly under the radar as just some, expense that you can cover it up.
Well, how did this hit the radar?
Doug Dunbar, CBS News.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, then.
Okay. Jose Canseco pleaded guilty yesterday to trying to bring in his human...
Why is this one funny?
Chorionic gonadotropin.
Is that why it's funny?
Goat, yes.
Is it goat drugs?
No. Gonadotropin.
Is it for his balls?
Yes.
What's wrong with his nads?
Well, he don't have a whole lot of those left.
From doing roids?
Mm-hmm. He pleaded guilty to bringing over the substance over the border from Mexico. He was sentenced to 12 months of unsupervised probation. He was stopped by border agents with HCG on October 9th. It's illegal without a prescription, which, of course, Jose did not have.
Well, let the man have the ball extenders.
Well, hang on. HCG is often used to combat the decrease in natural testosterone that affects steroid users. When your body doesn't make its own testosterone, that often leads to a decrease in sexual function, as
Look
well
at
as
the size of my ball.
as well as a decrease in the size of your testes.
He was just depressed. He said it was no testosterone, no sex drive. He just got depressed and wanted to do something about it, and you can go get the drug and do it.
Well, all right, if it's a drug that we can get here through a physician, why wouldn't he do that? As opposed to going to some place that's not regulated.
Because
and you don't really know what's going to be in that.
Because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't see this as an absolute need for him. It's one of those, you have to find a doctor that would be sympathetic towards you for drawing up your sack for so many years juicing.
Oh, I'm sure with his name, he could have found a doctor. I bet it's just ego. He didn't want anyone to know that he's got tiny balls.
We all knew.
They're not really tiny. You want to see them?
They're okay for most people. Well, they've just shrunk up on me.
Well, you still can't.
Poquinho.
You can't have.
I got this sack with the chiclets.
You can't have drugs.
Jose went on to say, well, when you have no testosterone level, you're depressed, you lose muscle mass, no sex drive, no libido, you have nothing. You're kind of like tired, depressed all the time. You just don't want to do anything, which is funny because that's pretty much what he's been doing the last number of years.
You think these guys would know this going in, that steroids are going to do this to you and don't do them because there's going to be a day you ain't playing anymore and you got no sex drive.
People don't think long term.
And it also...
I'll take responsibility for drinking. I'm sure I'm doing untold events to my liver, my kidney, and whatever else is affected by alcohol, and I'm not thinking down the road. I know sooner or later something in my body's going to crap out. Same thing with them. Their career's on the line, just like me, and you've got to have that little extra push.
But when you quit drinking, which you will someday, you'll come to me and I'll help you.
Suck my ass.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to stop drinking.
You will someday. You'll realize the damage it's doing, and you'll quit someday, and I'll be there for you. But you think that they would know that there's no upside to this. You can't regenerate and get your testosterone back.
And part of it is, like Russ said, they don't care about that. They're not thinking down the line. They're thinking about the millions of dollars they can earn right now. In addition to that, also in the back of their mind, they are thinking, I can justify using it for a short period of time, and it'll be okay. And that's how a majority of them do it.
Cycle on, cycle off, give your body a chance to moderately recover, and then you cycle back on it.
Right, but the difference is in someone like Jose Canseco's case, or even Lyle Alzado, who died from it, they may cycle
Coach
off.
Joe died?
I knew I shouldn't have said that. Lyle Alzado played with the Raiders, died of, I think it was brain cancer that was brought on by all of his steroid abuse.
Who's the guy that owns a bar?
Joe Avazano.
Who died?
Lyle Alzado, years ago.
Oh.
Don't.
From the Carol Burnett show?
Yes, big juicer.
All right.
Anyway, it's from prolonged use.
What? Lyle Wagner? What about him?
Now you got to play the clip.
I'm not playing anything. Where did Lyle Wagner get steroids? Tim Conway?
Dorf goes to Mexico?
Look at his little legs. Gonna buy some steroids. How are we doing, Cliff? What? All right.
So anyway, prolonged abuse, not just use.
Okay.
That you're taking too much.
Okay.
Over the last few years, smoking has been banned in a lot of bars all over our country. So in order to help smokers get their fix, a Dutch company called United Drinks and Beauty Corporation has introduced a new drink called liquid smoking. Seriously. According to the company, liquid smoking contains 15% nicotine and is being marketed as a healthy alternative to cigarettes.
Why wouldn't it be?
It's got nicotine in it.
Well, I know, but it's still not going into your lungs.
Nicotine's not the killer.
What is?
I think it's all the other substances in it.
So you can take why don't people just have a nicotine patch if they need to do that on an airplane or someplace they can't smoke.
I got one in my mouth.
Well, okay, but yeah, that's so gross. Most people don't want that in their mouth.
Why?
Because it's nasty.
You haven't tried.
I did try once, and it burns, and it made me sick, and my head spun. And
it don't burn after a while.
There's nothing good.
And you were really funny when you were on a little nicotine buzz.
It was a fun, momentary thing, but then I got sick to my stomach.
And to answer your question, much like dipping, where you spit, you have it in your mouth, Dan can testify smoking, you get to be a ritual, you love to smoke.
Well, the same thing with dipping, even though you can get gum
patches,
gum disease, your jaw can actually rot off.
Mm-hmm.
There's an addiction that goes along with that. I don't know why. I didn't believe it when Trey threw it out, but there's just something cathartic about blowing out it. Let me phrase this so I don't sound queer. No, there's no way around this. Blowing out a big wad out of your mouth.
You'll mark that, Dan, yes?
It's too easy at this point.
I have absolutely no explanation. I couldn't even describe to you, but I'll be out in the motor court working on the cars, stop, spit out a big brown wad of liquid. Your balls just kind of seem to swell up a little bit.
I've never thought in my whole life that's one thing you'd ever get addicted to. Any kind of nicotine or any kind of, even smokeless tobacco. That's just so gross. Is it just the spitting, or do you still get something from the nicotine?
I don't know anymore.
Oh, okay.
I just love to spit.
Well, then spit away. I guess that's nothing. Sorry. Nothing. I'm not saying a word. Don't spit on me. Spit in the trash can.
The same way, Trey.
Oh, yeah.
The more volume and the browner it is, it's something.
And you used to be on my side of this.
Cavemanish.
Mm-hmm. You used to hate that when you go traveling around with Trey.
I hated it because
it wasn't.
I'd be riding in the car and I'd just be fiddling around in his console. I'd stick my finger in something and pull out the thing.
Oh, God, that's gross. Oh, it makes me sick. I know.
So I figured if I was going to be sticking my finger in somebody's brown liquid, it should be my own.
And now you feel like you're addicted. You could quit if you wanted to. You just don't want to.
I thought about trying the non-nicotine pouches.
Yeah.
Just to see if I'm addicted to the spitting or am I getting something out of the nicotine.
Did you notice how Trey reacted?
Yeah, smug.
He went, yeah, go ahead.
No, they just taste bad.
Now, why couldn't they just make them taste better?
I don't know. I mean, there are 8 jillion types of smokeless tobacco, and most of them taste like crap.
Alcohol is not alcohol. Tobacco's tasty.
I can't see how you do it. I really can't. And how long you been doing it now?
Year and a half.
Yep. It's just funny because you started to make fun of Trey for quitting, and now Trey and you both are back doing it.
This is all you're doing, Trey.
No, it's your doing. You quit just to spite me. I mean, you started just to spite me. The first day I quit, you started dipping.
That's all you're doing.
No.
None of this would have started had you continued.
It really made the whole thing completely fruitless because you ended up going back to dipping, Trey.
You baited me.
No, you were trying to bait me.
Well, mine worked. Go ahead, Dan.
In May of last year, officials in Chattanooga, Tennessee, designated certain parts of the city's downtown as no panhandling zones. The gist is, of course, that anyone caught begging in a no panhandling zone will be cited and fined. Anyway, since the law went into effect, nearly $8,960 in fines have been handed out to panhandlers, but less than $280 worth of those fines have actually been collected.
I'm surprised it's that much. You got a panhandler. Come and get me.
Out of the 27 they collected? 27 people?
No, it's just $89.60 in fines.
Those are they probably hauled one guy in.
Yeah, and then someone got $280. So you're right, probably one or two guys.
So you took all the man hours with the police officers,
right?
You got $8,000 in fines,
almost $9,000.
And all the papers.
And no return.
And nothing coming back.
Is that where Laura Miller is now?
Where?
Wherever this is.
Chattanooga.
Well, it's even worse than that, because not only are you not collecting revenue, you're actually spending it, because then these people have warrants out. The next time the police ID them, they take them into custody, they take them to jail, they have to feed, clothe, and house them until they serve out the fines in jail. So actually you're losing money.
What are the chances they're going to get to actually have a warrant served?
Well, I mean,
they're homeless.
They're getting ID'd the first time and being cited under their lawful name, presumably. So, these people still have IDs, even if they don't have homes.
Well, they have IDs, but really they don't have one focal point where they stay.
Well, no, but if they're out panhandling once, one can presume that they may panhandle a second time or come to the attention of the police at some point. My point is, to the extent that they don't pay fines and have
it's a waste of cash, it's a waste of time, and there's no payoff from this.
Exactly.
It just seems like you'd be able to put that down on paper and just realize, we're not going to collect these. Why do it?
It is on paper. And I'm really surprised that Mayor Leppert has continued with the panhandling policy in Dallas when there's been no return on it.
And they were actually meeting today. Nothing new was going to be changed or added to, but they were meeting today to discuss about a possible expansion of the smoking ban in Dallas.
Oh, that's going to happen.
There will?
Leppert's all for, completely banning it 100%. No bars, clubs, everything.
No public areas?
I don't think any public areas, especially I think bingo may be exempt. Other than that, sweet.
How is it bingo is able to skirt around this? Does bingo really have that big of a lobby?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's old people and they figure, what the hell?
Yeah, if all you got left is smoking bingo, have a die.
All right, we need a break. We'll be back.
Like no other show on the radio. The Russ Martin Show.
CBS presents this program in color.
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Daniel, what do you got?
All right, this last check of traffic is brought to us by the Diamond Doctor. Things have actually gotten worse in the past hour. In Farmers Branch, still have that accident, 35 northbound at Valley View Lane. It's a serious accident, and that has traffic backed up all the way to 183. Also in Dallas, 75 southbound at Fitzhugh, you have a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane. And still in Dallas on 75, this time it's northbound at Southwestern, have a pretty bad crash that has the 3 left lanes closed down there as well. And that was just reported just about 10 minutes ago. There's your last check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on The Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Dan. Should be about 65 for the low tonight, then cooling off a little bit. Some storm was blowing through overnight. 76 for the high tomorrow. We're at 79 currently at Live 105.3.
All right, Daniel. What else you got?
Okay. Well, they came out recently with a list of the most inspirational movies of all time. This is done as a survey from MoviePhone.com, and I have the top 10.
All right.
Would you like to guess?
Porky's.
No.
Well, that one disappointed me, too. It didn't make the list.
Police Academy 3.
Again, no.
Stroker Ace. No.
Nope.
Dude, where's my car?
Really?
Inspirational to who? Dude, where's my car?
It was inspirational to Ashton Kutcher and Sean William Scott.
Big Bad Mama with Angie Dickinson.
Nope, didn't make it.
Howard the Duck.
See, no, that one should have been on here.
No.
Well, give me a clue.
Think patriotic.
Trial of Billy Jack.
Oh, my God. That wasn't inspirational to nobody.
Think about, against, against a huge odds, people breaking through.
Up in smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I think you're missing it here.
Scream, Blackula Scream.
I watched that. Did you? I was so excited on Halloween. I'm flipping through all the channels, and usually it's a good night to watch, the scary movies. They're all going to be on. The pickings were kind of slim until I breezed past BET, and Blackula was on. Watched the last half hour of that. And then...
Scream, Blackula Scream.
Amen, brother.
Jesus. Nothing scarier than a black vampire.
I don't know. I've never seen one or heard one. It's just a movie. It's not inspirational, though. These are movies that are inspirational. These are movies about America.
The man's trying to overcome being part of the living dead.
Oh, my God.
Not to mention it's a love story.
How in the hell is it? It doesn't matter. It's still not inspirational.
All right.
Think of patriotic.
Huh?
Think of patriotic.
Redneck Zombies.
Oh, God. Sorry, I'm trying to help.
Blackenstein?
No! None of these.
Nail Gun Massacre.
No.
All right. God. Shaft's big score.
Help him out, Dan.
Would you like me to give you a couple, maybe give you a little warm-up?
All right.
Number 10, The Grapes of Wrath from 1940. Number 9, Hoosiers, 1986.
Superfly.
No.
Sequel? Superfly TNT?
No. Number 8, Norma Ray, 1979.
Okay. Godzilla versus a smog monster?
No.
Stripes.
Oh, my God.
Again, should have been in there. Number 7, The Best Years of Our Lives from 1946.
Jaws 3, This Time It's Revenge.
Wow. Is that the one in 3D?
Yes.
Sweet.
Dennis Quaid.
Oh, yeah.
Lou Gossett Jr.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. What?
I was inspired.
By what?
Big shark coming right at you.
That's inspiring?
Motivational.
It's like, was it Jonah?
Uh-huh.
And the whale?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're putting Jonah and the whale up against Jaws 3. This time it's revenge.
It's still overcoming almost an undeniable force.
Oh, my God. It's a horrible spin-off of a bad movie.
All right.
Putting that up against Grapes of Wrath.
Number 6, Schindler's List from 1993.
I hated that movie. That was the one with people that I wanted dead.
Ray Fiennes.
Am I thinking of the right one?
I don't.
What was the prison movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
I hated that one.
How do you hate that movie?
It was It was based on a Stephen King novel. I saw that, and that's the reason I went to go see it. And then I realized it's got nothing to do with horror, except the length. I think Morgan Freeman is in it, and he's also doing the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And well, okay, it looks like Morgan's going to hang himself.
Right.
So this has got to be the end of the movie.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
No. No. That's a very long, drawn-out movie, just like Schindler's List.
Schindler's List I never saw.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dan.
Number 5, Rocky from 1976.
All right.
Very inspirational. Number 4, It's a Wonderful Life. Great movie. Number 3, The Miracle Worker. Number 2, Glory from 1989. And number 1,
Quadrophenia.
No. God. Hell is Quadrophenia?
Movie.
About what?
About the Who? So the Who, man.
Okay, that's inspirational how?
4 speakers. The struggle over stereo.
I understand.
No, number 1 was My Left Foot from 1989.
I don't know what that one is.
It was Daniel Day-Lewis. He had a disease, and he only had the function of his left foot, and they wheeled him around in a wheelbarrow.
Why?
Because he couldn't walk, and they didn't have a wheelchair.
Did he paint or something?
I think he was an artist.
Yeah.
No Cannonball Run?
No.
That's against all odds.
What is?
Cannonball Run.
Yeah. How about the Wacky Racers?
No.
I'm out.
Maybe some of those made the top 20 or something. Chris Rock is producing and appearing in a documentary about black women's hair.
Man, I ain't have no part of that. I got no comment. I didn't know they had hair.
I think you, no, never mind, you don't. No. That's a documentary about good hair.
What?
That's called Good Hair, the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who had bad hair?
No one that I'm aware of has bad hair. This movie's about good hair, like Chris Rock.
You're like one of the Flying Melindas today.
I am absolutely. I can't say or do anything right.
Glad you're here. Oh, that one's about good hair.
That's what that movie's called. It's just, it's his.
Well, then tell me again. Who's got a bad hair?
Well, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that has bad hair.
Give it the old college try.
I won't do that at all. Hot in here.
All right, Dan, go ahead.
Yesterday, of course, we all witnessed history, and I'm actually not talking about Barack Obama becoming the first black U.S. president. We're talking about CNN's Wolf Blitzer holding...
What did he say?
He didn't say anything, unfortunately. Wolf Blitzer for holding the first ever interview via hologram.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either. I missed it.
I put the audio.
They wasted it on Will I Am.
What is that?
It's some
Black
singer.
Eyed Peas.
A what?
He's part of the Black Eyed Peas, musician, producer.
Why was he a hologram?
Because he was at the Chicago Park where Obama was giving his victory speech.
Okay.
But you'd think it'd be, a dignitary, some king, Prince of Wales, Obama. No, it's a musician.
Why did they pick him?
I don't know. And he spoke about the election. It was a musician that they selected to bring into the studio with Wolf as a hologram to speak about the election, on election. It was just the most bizarre thing imaginable.
I'm not sure, but I think a company in Dallas came up with that concept. We had him on the show a few years ago.
I think we did. Yeah, now that you bring it up.
They were able to have conference meetings for corporations, and the CEO would actually be there at all the different locations as a hologram.
How does that work?
Black magic.
Magic. It's not black magic.
Sure looked like it. Very impressive.
Did you really think it was impressive?
I did, but I just couldn't imagine the person that they selected being the very first person to try this out on.
What was the definition like?
It was really good. I mean, there was sort of a crisp, fine, white, thread thin outline of it. But
normally they'll probably stick them in front of a green screen. And I'm going to guess they have to shoot them from all different directions with several cameras, so as they move, you get all the different... you get it in 3D.
Yeah, it had the appearance of being three-dimensional.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. On Monday, Barack Obama gave an interview to a VJ from MTV named Sway, and one of the questions he was asked was, how do you feel about sagging pants laws? Obama called the laws a waste of time because politicians should be worried about correcting our country's real problems. Then he said, having said that, brothers should pull up their pants.
I have that audio.
Well, obviously Obama isn't going to have an issue with it because you don't see somebody like Karl Rove running around with his ass hanging out in Washington.
Why would you even waste the time asking Barack Obama that question?
If you had a bunch of nasty, fat, white guys running around in D.C. with their ass cracks hanging out, then all of a sudden that'd probably go to your top of your priority list.
I just can't believe anyone would stop down to ask him that question. Well, think about the saggy pants. I thought we worry about the war. Oh, I don't know, maybe the economy.
But look at MTV, that's part of their demographic.
I guess it just seems like a throwaway question for
You're
Obama.
giving an interview to MTV.
Well, you got a point.
And he also told the brothers to pull up their drawers.
He did say that.
And if it catches on in the fat white community, then you're going to be offended.
Just stop down everything. We can deal with the war later. Just get the pants pulled back up.
Start with Joe the plumber.
Dan. JD said he had the audio. Do you want that?
Oh, of Obama?
228.
Yeah. 228 talking about the saggy pants laws.
Well, here's my attitude. I think passing a law about people wearing sagging pants is a waste of time. We should be focused on creating jobs, improving our schools, getting health care, dealing with the war in Iraq. And any public official who's worrying about sagging pants probably needs to spend some time focusing on real problems out there. Having said that, brothers should pull up their pants.
I think
think I'm asking. Actually enjoying.
That's probably one of the few times he's actually slipped into the more of a black delivery. Brother, pull up your pants.
Pants probably needs to spend some time focusing on real problems out there. Having said that, brothers should pull up their pants.
Just pull up their pants.
You know, you're walking by your mother, your grandmother, and your underwear is showing. What's wrong with that? Come on. You don't have to.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why, but that's a little more endearing.
Yeah, it's coming from him.
Well, he leads up to it. He's all right. Stupid question. We've got other things that really are going to require a lot more effort. Now that I've answered that part,
yeah.
Fool, pull up your drawers.
Any public official who's worrying about sagging pants probably needs to spend some time focusing on real problems out there. Having said that, brothers should pull up their pants.
Just pull up their pants.
You know, you're walking by your mother, your grandmother, and your underwear is showing. What's wrong with that? Come on. You don't have to pass a law, but that doesn't mean folks can't have some sense and respect for other people. And, you know, a lot of people may not want to see your underwear. I'm one of them.
Had the same conversation with Joe Biden. Dude.
What?
Pull up your tough skins.
Don't believe you had that conversation with Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, I'm sure that's happened. He's had to cover a lot of different things. Stop talking about Indians, stop talking about my policy, stop talking to anybody, and pull up your freaking drawers.
Even if they're just going to lock him away now that the thing's over, the election's over.
Why lock him away? He's done all the damage he could possibly do. Now let him run free.
It's great for us.
Free-range Biden. Just let him go talk to anybody he wants. You're safe for at least 4.
I just wonder if they're going to try to make him kind of disappear for a while.
If they were going to make him disappear, they would have done it leading up to the election. You're in the office. Nothing can change. Let him go. Just visit.
I guess. Talk about whoever he wants to.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah. You're going to forget all about Manning in about 2 weeks.
There's no reason to keep any reins on Biden now.
No. In fact, he helped you get elected because he brought experience and stuff to the ticket. So he's going to be out there talking a lot.
with no script anymore.
All right, Dan. Do we need a break for Likas?
Yes.
Do you want to do it here?
Yes.
All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Welcome to the Treehouse, the Russ Martin Show.
Tether off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off.
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
I'd embrace Obama. It's the first time he addresses the nation.
Yeah.
He uses this.
Comes after this theme song.
Instead of Hail to the Chief.
As funny as that would be. I think it's going to be a good 4 years. I really do. Even though I didn't vote for him.
I think so, too, with all that money I'm going to get from you to spend.
Yeah, you still owe Everett $1,600.
I'll pay him. I'll pay the man.
Which is exactly where Obama's going to live. How ironic.
No. I'll pay him. I'll bring you the cash.
Yeah, I don't want one of your checks.
My checks are good.
Your checks?
Yes. Okay, don't take the money.
Cash.
When people bet, they bet with cash.
All right, I will bring cash. You'll be here next Wednesday. I will pay you cash.
I'll be here.
Trey, I'll bring you your money tomorrow.
Okay.
What is this? Is this a chick from The View?
Yes.
Audio I was listening to?
Oh, Lord, yes.
Which one is this?
This is, what's her name?
Her name's Sherry. She's one who...
She's a black chick?
Yes.
Black chick. That ain't Whoopi.
Right.
Okay. It's all right to identify somebody as a black chick.
Yep, she went way over the top.
You know, it's so funny. I took my son with me, and he kept saying, Barack Obama, we did it. We did it. And I sat by my son's bed, and...
Don't go. Don't do it.
We've always been people of color. We've always had these limitations on us. And I remember
Somebody else crying?
No.
Emily said one time when I said, I want to be a comic and an actor, they said, no, go get a job at the post office. They don't let people like us do that. And so to look at my son and say, no limitations on you.
It's extraordinary.
It is an extraordinary day for me to be able to tell my son, and these people that died in Selma who marched for this because they had a vision and they prayed and they said, there's got to be something.
And if you've got two candidates who are equally qualified in different areas, and you get this benefit out of Obama being president, go with it.
I had no problem with it, but she's just saying that, up until now, they wouldn't let black women be comics. Yeah, I believe we've had black comics.
Well, and there have been limitations, but we could have had a black president in the White House decades ago. But the people that were representing the blacks, the activists, had agendas that weren't broad-based. And that's why Sharpton and Jesse Jackson got stuck exactly where they were. And that's why Jesse was crying last night.
He's looking up at that stage going, what a great moment. You. Just a couple of months ago, you want to rip his nuts off.
I still cut his balls off.
You shouldn't be here.
Better.
And why were you undecided until the last minute?
Barbara, I do have to say, she spoke to me as a mother with a child who is...
All right, so Barbara is saying the Sherry chick was undecided?
Right.
Okay, well, even better. Means that she wasn't going to vote for Obama just based on race.
I just think the crying's a little over the top. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful day, but really, he didn't.
You don't think this is a magical moment for black people?
I don't think it's a black-white issue at all.
He's a black guy.
I know he is.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's a big deal, but I never looked at the race as a racial issue. I never looked at it as like a black guy going to the White House.
Well, and that's phenomenal on your part, but don't take away the emotions that other people are feeling. Because
can black people not have any joy?
Right. I want everyone to have joy.
So you think she's overreacting because finally, after the hundreds of years...
Nobody held her back. She's on The View. Nobody held her back from anything.
She's talking about somebody being president and it's taking one of the last areas that no black person has been able to accomplish. He's done that, and now you've opened up other doors.
It's a great day.
So why are you saying that she's overly emotional?
She's just overly emotional, in my opinion. I haven't said anything right today or done anything right.
You're on a roll.
Why start now?
We have to get therapy. Palin, who has a niece, she spoke to me, but this spoke to me more. And I know that there are people that just died to be able to see this day. Who didn't? Just regular folks, Reverend George Lee, Lamar Smith, Emmett Till. And so to look at my baby and go, you don't have to have limitations. It just...
Is that Big Stacy? Okay. Yes, boss.
Hey, boss man.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday, Dan. I have a question for Everett. Everett, is it possible for us to still continue with that lawsuit against JD for continued ignorant racism?
Unquestionably. In fact, I don't know if you've gotten it yet, JD, but your notice of deposition's been sent out. You should be, you'll be appearing a week after next in court.
Yeah, it's only got one question now.
You racist, no good, something.
You're something too.
Biggest one we've seen. How do you feel about the election?
I can't go into it right now. Maybe we'll talk about it later.
Are you not enthused about this? Does it mean anything to you that there's a black man in the White House?
It means a lot to me. I had a conversation with Jordan yesterday because it was his birthday.
His kid.
Okay. And I had a conversation with my grandmother this morning. And we were talking about the historical factor with the fact that, in 4 more...
Thanks.
Apparently there still are some limitations.
I wish JD had said that.
You got anything else before we go down?
I have an email if you want. We can do it now or we can do it tomorrow. It says, I know that Russ enjoys a lot of online women. I thought I'd put together some porn star flashcards to see how he does.
All right.
All right, I had to print those off. All right, you ready?
Yes. Vicky Vet.
All right. Here's an older one.
Ginger Lynn.
This is an easier one.
Tara Patrick.
Yes.
You can go faster if you want.
Okay, here we go. This one, no face on this one. Just ass.
Tawny Stone.
Damn. Oh, my God.
How about this one?
That's Naughty Alley.
Mother.
That's Devin Michaels.
I can't get this. You watch too much porn.
That's Brooke Banner.
Oh, I like this one.
That's Ashlyn Brooke.
Uh-huh.
That is Monica Sweetheart. That's Tawny Stone again. Front side.
Yeah. You get anything done besides porn?
No. That's Raquel Darian.
Yeah, it is.
That's Barbara Dare.
Lord. This one's going to be tougher. She's doggy.
That is Kayla Sens.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah?
That's something sweet. Puma?
Yes!
You serious? Never even seen that lady.
This one I don't even recognize.
That's Seika.
Well, of course.
Classic porn star from the 70s and 80s.
All right, this one. I'm going to show JD this one real quick. You think he'll get that one?
No.
Okay.
That's Raquel Darian's ass.
That's an ass. That's just an ass.
All right, now this one's another just body part.
L.A. Lamont.
Well, some of you got to throw him a curveball. This one's easy to me, but I don't know if you know her.
Rebecca Lord.
Yeah. God. This one's been in the studio.
Jessica Drake.
Yeah. I remember her. This one, a little more obscure.
Melissa Midwest.
I'll be damned.
The porn genius.
God.
Freaking rain porn over here.
You just saw one of those, just a butt.
It's Raquel Darian's ass.
Well, I'm sorry I don't study the asses of porn stars.
All right.
But you obviously have a lot more time for that than I did.
I'm more impressed by the fact that he got just the boobs.
Well, he's seen those up close.
Well, you can
talk about LA's?
Yeah.
You can go to just about any strip club and see some pretty similar to L.A. Le Mans.
But he's enjoyed her.
Is that all you got?
Oh, my God.
I didn't think you'd get through 4 of those.
Amateur.
Put me in my place. For more information on The Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, porn, and more, go to russmartin.com. To answer any questions you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To email the show and during the show only, send that to studio@russmartin.com.
You want to try it tomorrow? Just do body parts. No faces.
Okay.
We can do that.
I'll help you get some done.
Of course you will.
There's one on your computer screen right now in your office, John.
Stop doing that. And let me guess. It's a big, fat, hairy guy.
Yeah.
At least if you're going to do it, make it chicks.
But you enjoy that.
I don't enjoy big, fat, hairy guys. No. No, I don't enjoy it anytime you do that. No.
I don't do chicks because you enjoy that. Well, follow along with the conversation.
Don't put them on.
Obviously, the guy that I put on your computer screen is happy about the election.
JohnDavidRyan.com, DanO'Malley.com, DJClo.net, and TreyTrenholm.com. To reach Ever Newton, the rock and roll attorney, call his office at 214-823-LAWS or his website, DallasAttorney.com. The official liquor store of the show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, MajesticLiquors.com, and the official site for Live 105.3 is Live105.3.com. All
right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.
Yeah.